are live.
Hi.
Everybody, hey! And we are live with Ben Woerner.
That's correct, yeah.
Yes, from
Wunderwerks.
Wunderwerks. Yes, and I'm so excited about this. I've been so excited ever since you said yes. I am a backer of your RPG, Nighty Knights.
That's right.
Which we get to play today. And we have a few other guests. I'm going to let everybody go around and introduce themselves. So follow the Kim.
So I'm Mel.
Everybody knows Mel, my trusty sidekick. I couldn't do this without her.
I'm Daryl Lynn from the podcast, The Reckoning Podcast.
Yay! Listen.
I'm Lizzie Jane Took. This is my cosplay name.
Yeah.
Plug.
Give us a plug. Give us a plug.
Oh,
Everybody gets plugged.
So, follow my cosplay page, Lizzie Jane Took, on
There you
Facebook
go.
and Instagram.
Follow.
Lizzie Jane, as in spelled the same way as Jane Cobb, and Took as in the mischievous hobbits.
Haha. Nice.
I'm Richard Newby. I'm the director of Mayhem for Arizona Game Fair. So, and this is Roland here. This is my.
Haha. We love Roland. Roland came in this awesome treasure chest that you didn't get to see because we didn't record the treasure chest. But the treasure chest actually opened up and had Roland inside and then turned into this awesome dice tray. Yeah.
Marvelous Kickstarters that don't really work out very well.
So speaking of Kickstarters, Ben, do you want to tell us a little bit about Nighty Knights?
Yes.
Sure. So Nighty Knights actually started as an idea for me about 4 years ago. I saw what is now probably a very famous picture on the internet of a kid sleeping in a bed in a sepia tone ink on paper, and there's this terrible dark monster kind of leaning over the bed about to like attack the child, but preventing it is a small stuffed bear with a wooden sword, like kind of threatening the monster. And after I saw that, I suddenly like somehow there's like a phrase where you see things once you start noticing them. I saw all sorts of other art and whatnot of that style of stuffed animals protecting kids. And I actually initially came up with a card and dice game, which we're going to kickstart in August next year. But we decided to go forward with the role-playing game first because we could get that out the door faster. And my friend John Kennedy, who's also a game designer, is the one who came up with the name. So thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Because it's a fantastic game. And so we had a Kickstarter. It just ended just about 2 weeks ago, but we are having a sort of like a backer kit type thing. So if people still want to like back as like a pre-order, they can. Our goal was $6,000. We broke that on the first day, and then we raised over $26,000.
That's
almost 27.
fabulous.
So we hit all of our stretch goals. It was fantastic.
That's
So, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. And Nighty Knights is basically a game of stuffed animals protecting their kids from sleeping monsters and nightmares. Or sleeping children from monsters and nightmares. Let me get my adjectives straight.
Right, unless we got some really monstrous children.
That's right.
You never know these days.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, this sounds really fun. So, and not that I want to do a spoiler, but I'm a backer. So, wasn't there also a stretch goal where your pets could also protect?
Yes. So there's I'm trying to think of the exact number. I think we had over 20 stretch goals. Most of them were other authors who wrote small like micro settings, but also wrote adventures, or I should say are writing adventures and also expansions to the whole thing. So you could now play all sorts of other types of stuffed animals that aren't part of the original set. Plus you can also play like all sorts of any sort of like pet. So dogs and cats was one. We also had another one that was like small furry animals. So like ferrets and mice and rats and those other types of things like that.
Picturing a guinea pig from the life of Pat.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love it. Yes, yes.
Or the hamster from Bolt.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Well, so is it like Dungeons and Dragons or what kind of RPG is
Yes.
it like?
I mean, it's very similar to that sort of basic idea. It uses what is called a tiny D6 system, which my friend Alan Barr was very kind to license to me. and he's already put out a whole bunch of other tiny games. So like Tiny Dungeon, Tiny Supers just came out and did massive on Kickstarter. Tiny Frontiers, Tiny Mecha Monsters, Tiny Wastelands. So it's all kind of different genres. And the system is a minimalist system, but it's not like over simple. The idea is to still have an interesting, game system, but not make it very difficult.
Oh, well, I'm so excited to play this. Okay, and Richard brought these awesome casino dice.
Oh, sweet.
For us to play with this dice tower. So you put them in here and we don't even have to roll.
That's great.
So, how do we get started? What do we do?
Well, so first we're gonna make some characters, actually right before that, I'm gonna tell you guys about the X card, which is right there.
Yes.
I use this all the time whenever I run role-playing games. The X card was created by John Stravopoulos, who is another game designer in the industry, and he's done a whole bunch of other stuff. But it's kind of caught on like fire all throughout the industry. And he has a little thing. I'm just going to read it to you guys.
Okay.
And you may have heard it before, but it's basically the system that he has for X cards. And so I'm going to read it real quick. It says, "I'd like your help. Your help makes this game fun for everyone. If anything makes anyone uncomfortable in any way, just lift this card up or tap it or point at it. You don't have to explain why. It doesn't matter why. When we lift or tap this card, we simply edit out anything X carded. And if there is ever an issue, anyone can call for a break and we can talk privately. I know it sounds funny, but it will help us play amazing games together. And usually I'm the one who uses the X card to protect myself from all of you. Please help make this game fun for everyone. Thank you." And he has it online. You can for free put it in your role-playing game and publish it, and I do. And it's just a fantastic way to like make sure that like I can go as far as I want to with my story, but if someone is having no fun, they can like pull me back, and I don't have to like know all of the
Kind of like
issues.
a safe word.
It is, yeah.
Pretty
much
I
like
like
that.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
So-
I saw that. I saw that, Lucy.
So the
You
base,
have a safe word.
That's for another stream.
definitely.
Beeps.
Happy beats.
So for a different, how should I say this? Yeah, for a different stream. But
Yeah, we get it
Oh.
appropriate sometimes.
It's okay.
Sometimes.
I mean, I'm currently
That's Marvin and
like
Buttercup.
children's games aren't generally like the thing that I aim for in most of my productions. So no, it's okay. Like my last game was a Samurai Noir role-playing game, and I'm currently on a group of people for another Kickstarter called Never Going Home, which is a World War I like Cthulhu style horror, and it's really dark and gray.
Back that yesterday.
Yeah, there you go. They just sent me a message. So yes, I'm live streaming. Okay.
Yes, we're live streaming. Watch us. Oh, I hope we're
Right.
Hey, and comment
Sounds
too.
good
we
on
should
Facebook.
We should check comments. Everybody go check our comments because I'm obviously not.
If you have questions for Ben, let us know.
Yes, let us know, and we'll see if we can check them.
I have Facebook open, so go to Facebook.
Oh yeah, go to Facebook
Right.
and Mel will respond.
Okay. So first things first.
We're back to it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So real quick, the way the game system works is.
Oh, we have comments.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
I think we do. Or those are
They're just notifications.
those are just fake comments. They're
Oh,
fake.
jeez.
Get everyone's hopes up.
Sorry.
Fake comments?
It's showing me how to use the comments in the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
I apologize. Go.
No, it's okay. So in the game system, whenever you want to try to make a test or do something that's difficult, you roll 2d6. If there's something that makes it even harder than normal, you only roll 1d6. But lots of times you will have a trait that's part of your character that makes you better at something than anyone else, so you want to roll 3d6. And the way that you succeed or fail at a task is if you roll a 5 or a 6 on any of the dice, you succeed. If you don't, you fail. And we're only going to be rolling for things that will have some sort of like dramatic outcome if you fail.
So 1, 5, or 6 on any of the dice.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's the basic mechanic for the entire game system. And unlike say like D&D, you don't really have a class. You'll have like a background, like where your character is from, sort of like your heritage. So like monster or octopus or monkey or robot, and those kind of are like your race if you're playing D&D. But then you, instead of having a class, you're going to have what are called traits, and traits are the different areas where you're fantastic, good at things. So let's do some Nighty Night character creation. So the first thing we're going to do is select a kid for the knights here that you're going to be protecting. And this is a list of kids real quick. This is a kind of like the type of child they are. We'll figure out more about the specific kid when we get around to writing up the background a little bit. You want an imaginative kid, a brave kid, a friendly kid, an athletic kid, a big kid, or a prepared kid.
You go through this one
Can you
more time?
repeat?
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Imaginative, brave, friendly, athletic, big, or prepared.
Well, I think with this menagerie, I think imaginative works for
Yeah.
I'm going for prepared.
prepared. Or is that we're all
Well, everyone as a group, we should like discuss it. I'm sorry, I wasn't clear.
Okay.
Yes, everyone as a group, we're going to be protecting one child here.
One
So,
child.
okay, so
Oh.
all of us protect one child.
Yes.
I think
Okay.
So, I mean, if we're doing like a longer campaign, then we can sometimes
I
set it
think
up.
we should go
to
for
protect-
an imaginative child.
Imaginative. I like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I like an imaginative child.
So, if you have a name for your Nighty Night, write that on the, take your
That's
your
our
card.
stuffed animal, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Write it on the top line up here, and then underneath it you can write kid, and then let's say the kid's name is Billy, Billie, and they're imaginative. Okay, next we have a heritage list, and this is where your Nighty Night is from, or the type of Nighty Night they are, the creature they are. So let's see, we have an elephant. On the elephant, go ahead, write down real quick for your elephant 6 hit points,
Okay.
and then you want to be a normal size Nighty Night, or your elephant looks a little large. Do you want to be a large size?
Yeah, he's kind of big.
Okay, so a little bit down the page, write traits, and
Mhm.
underline it, and then underneath traits, write large for the elephant.
Okay.
Did
Okay.
we decide it was an elapegacorn?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
a-
an alopegacorn.
Yeah, he's
Sorry.
Yes.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Yeah, oh, and he has wings. Oh.
Hence the pega.
Yeah.
Well, we'll figure out if he can fly or not.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, now we have
Inky. This is Inky, the squid.
Inky the squid.
Or the octopus, right?
Octopus.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Octopi are part of our expansion. So,
Expanded content.
Ooh, yeah.
So,
for the expanded content.
let's keep. You're going to get 6 hit points,
Okay.
and then you're also going to write traits, and underneath that, write octopi, and then you're going to be aquatic. Water is usually a problem for most Nighty Nights because they're stuffed,
Yeah.
Aha.
but
Inherently aquatic based.
yes, they don't mind getting wet. They enjoy it. Lots of times like
Dibs on the back
rubber
sometimes.
duckies, get
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you have a monkey.
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 What's your monkey's name?
Tinker.
Tinker the monkey.
Tinkerbell.
He took
Okay.
off his tutu though.
6. He gets 6 hit points, and then you get monkey agility as your.
Nice.
So whenever you're hit by something, or whenever you take damage, I should say, you can test with 1d6, and if you succeed, you actually evade the attack, and you take no damage.
Awesome.
And if you're using the specific evade action to like not try to do anything else but just evade, you can roll 2d6 for that.
Nice.
So monkeys are hard to hit because
Rock on.
you're jumping around and
Yeah.
doing. Yeah. Okay, we have a robot. Now robots are something we haven't covered quite yet, but we don't have the rules for it. But I do already have an idea for robots.
Right. Beta
Okay.
test.
Beta test, indeed.
Yes,
Beta
actually,
BB-8.
yes. So you're gonna get 6 hit points, and you're going to get let's. What was the thing that we had? Let me look at my notes real quick.
While he's looking, I want to say hi to Amanda. She's watching on Facebook right now.
Hi, Amanda! Hi! Welcome! And I'm glad to see that we're streaming because I actually forgot to plug into the landline before we started. So we were doing that on Wi-Fi for a while. So yay! Wi-Fi! Thank you, Cox.
Okay, so we're gonna do.
Oh, is there a Jamie? There's also
Yeah.
Jamie's also
Hi,
streaming.
Jamie.
Hi,
Hi,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Hey! See, we do respond to comments when we see them.
Okay.
And hello to our Twitch viewer because we know you have to be there because you're always there.
Hi.
So, hi.
So you're gonna write down
I can't
machine,
see you because I don't know where my phone went to.
Mm-hmm.
and you are immune. Or actually, yes, you're immune to manipulation.
Ooh.
And yeah, that's
'Cause
that's what we have. Yeah,
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
exactly.
These are not the droids.
You're clear-headed because you have a robot brain. So
And you have that great hairstyle.
that's right. All right. What's your friend's name?
Roland.
Roland.
Roland is he's a monster or a demon.
He's definitely a monster.
Roland.
So the monster starts with 7 hit points,
Ooh.
and you get what's called good monster. You may take monster traits along with knight traits, and you can also pass as an evil monster if you attempt to pretend to be an evil monster.
Nice.
Ooh.
You roll advantage whenever trying to convince others that you are actually an evil monster. So,
Fair.
yeah, yeah.
That was awesome.
All right. Now, there's a couple of. Now everyone gets to have 3 more traits that they get to add to their character. And instead of me reading through this long list of traits, let's go around and talk about the characters a little bit, and then I'll suggest traits that we have in the game for you guys. So let's start with Roland. He's a monster, but he is kind of small. Do you want to give him the small
Yeah.
trait?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So small
Yeah.
is so on the far right of your index card, write speed, and then write 20 inches. So
I'm trying really hard. 20 inches.
so normal in say tiny dungeons, just like most other games, for a round they would move 30 feet. But since we're Nighty Knights, everything is in inches. So he only moves 20 inches. However, you gain advantage when trying to hide or sneak or fit into small places.
Oh, you're like a rogue.
Mm-hmm. Now,
In case you're
BB-8
blinded.
is, I think,
Small.
is not small. BB-8 is probably large.
Yeah.
We don't have any. Well, this guy behind me is huge, but I think you should write down large for BB-8. And I think you wrote down large before as well, but I didn't.
That would have been.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring him forward so he can.
He is huge.
That's not Cookie Monster.
Don't
sue us.
Don't sue us. That's
So for the 2 of you that have large, write down. You get 2 additional hit points from whatever you had already. So add 2 to that,
Oh, so we get. Okay.
and then you move. Your speed is 35 inches,
Ooh.
and you can hit things that are near.
Ooh.
There's 3 ranges in this game: close, near, and far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever you are.
Here. You get that illustrated as a comic at the top of that page.
Exactly.
Scoot over just a smidge. Scooch. Yeah.
Okay.
See better.
So monkey.
Yes.
Tink.
Tink.
Tinker.
So tell me about Tinker. Is Tinker more like fun-loving, or is Tinker a tinker? Like, do they repair toys? Or is Tinker more of like the social butterfly? Or are they like a martial artist monkey? Or tell me something that you believe is true about Tinker.
Tinker is a fairy at heart.
Fairy at heart. Okay. Well then, I think Tinker is lucky.
Okay.
You can re-roll a test once per session.
All right.
So anytime you do something, oops,
I did not do that.
you can always get
We'll
a
edit
chance to
that
always
out.
you get one chance to re-roll during the game.
All right.
So I forgot the name of your octopus.
Inky.
Inky. Inky is aquatic. We know that, and Inky is probably also small.
Yep.
I would say. So Inky gets the same thing, speed of 20, and an advantage when hiding or sneaking or fitting into small places.
Okie dokie.
And what is the name of your elephant?
Eunice.
Eunice. Okay. Does Eunice fly?
The pegacorn.
The pegacorn.
Ella Pegacorn.
Ella pegacorn. Does Eunice
A
fly?
Can Eunice actually
I
fly?
think Eunice tries to fly.
I just say. I think
Those
she
are
tries.
awful tiny wings.
True.
Unless they like,
I think
I mean,
they could be like
could-
hummingbird
I think
wings.
it's
Or
more
magic.
like a chicken.
Okay.
It's like a hot fly.
Let's put acrobatic.
Okay.
Uh,
I like that.
so you get you have advantage.
I think she believes she can fly.
That's
She can
It's
fly.
falling with style.
Yes,
right,
it's
exactly.
falling with
So
style.
acrobatic, you have advantage when testing for jumping, tumbling, falling, and climbing on things. So your wings help
Okay.
you a little bit, but not enough to really.
Okay.
Fly.
Advantage.
All right, back to Inky. How many traits do you have total now? You have your heritage trait and your small.
Uh-huh.
So you have 2 right now.
Yep.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about Inky as far as.
Well, Inky is just a fun-loving gamer. She's actually a video gamer.
Okay.
But she's just fun-loving. She just wants everyone to be friends, and she's friends with all the other stuffed animals and toys in Billy's bedroom.
Okay. Awesome. Then let's make. Where is that? I've lost it. Where does it go? Charismatic. You have advantage, which means rolling 3d6. Whenever attempting to convince someone or something otherwise, or otherwise influence them.
She's got the sleight of the hands with all her tentacles.
That's right. All right. So, Tink.
Yeah, I'm thinking Fixer. I like the idea of Tinker also being handy.
That's awesome. That would be called Toysmith.
That sounds epic.
So
Yeah,
you can
that's
heal. You can heal other toys. So you can test 2d6, and if you succeed, other creatures are healed by 2 hit points. This can also be used to cure other ailments, like if, say, a non-aquatic stuffed animal somehow got soaking wet in something, you know how to squeeze the water out and make them okay.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Rock on.
And there's an even higher level one we can talk about maybe later called Toy Master. But all right, BB-8. Is BB-8 fast?
He can be, yeah.
Okay, because there's fleet
really
of foot
book it when
where you can like basically move from like near to far in like one round. Do you want to do something like that, or do you want something else? What else do you think BB-8 might be? I mean, because we all have kind of like preconceived notions of BB-8.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say it could do that. I'm picturing like that's the scene where they put a trash can over BB-8 and he like had hiding abilities.
That's true.
But you've got hiding abilities, so we don't necessarily need that one. He's very, he's got all the
kind of like a
hidden
cosplayer.
pockets, and he's
That's
very
true.
he's very useful in pretty much any situation. So he's got all of these hidden talents.
Hmm.
like-
Oh, I know what it is.
Heidi.
Okay, so in the game it's called Bottomless Backpack.
That sounds perfect.
So draw 5 boxes on your character sheet next to the title the term bottomless backpack trait. Anytime during the game you guys decide that you need something specific, you can pull it out of your bottomless backpack any 5 times. So and you just mark off. You just check a box when you do that. So if you need like duct tape, or you need like a lighter, like a butane torch lighter that comes out, or any sort of like mechanical thing, you can do that.
Okay, that's perfect.
Okay, perfect.
So Roland here has a bit of a secret.
Okay.
He can summon a dragon.
Oh.
A tiny dragon.
Yes.
Of some kind. Something like that. He has a little pocket in the front of him here that he can...
Did he have that this whole time?
Yes.
I noticed a little something sticking out there, like chest hair.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be his other teeth.
It's from the...
But, like, if that does, because I was... I don't want to take
the bottom. The bottomless backpack would be good for you.
Right.
Then
His teeth are.
If I wanted to take a different
Well,
one,
he's got a small dragon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you should have what we call a small toy or familiar.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
So write down small dragon. Can that dragon fly? Or is it more like a lizard?
No, it can fly.
It can.
Okay.
A small flying dragon.
Since Eunice can't.
Yeah. So it has 4 hit points, and it can fly 60 inches.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
And it's also sneaky and evasive. And that's all the things it gets.
Right.
Okay, back to BB.
It sounds fine.
Yes.
Eunice only has 1, doesn't she? Or no, Eunice is up to 2 like this.
Yeah, I'm going back and forth like this in a U
Okay.
shape, so we can get everyone.
Okay. My 4th.
Yes. Do you want BB-8 to be sneaky as well? Because you can take sneaky as like a separate trait, or do you want BB-8 to, because BB-8's made of metal, technically? Do you want BB-8 to be like armored? Because that's a big deal too.
I mean, BB-8 was about as armored as a stormtrooper, so that wasn't
Yeah, but we don't really have
right.
blasters here.
But
It's
I
mostly
mean,
like,
that
plastic
we know
knives and maybe a claw hammer if someone gets crazy,
what do
or
you think, armored or sneaky?
does BB-8 like notice a lot of things? Is BB-8 very perceptive because of all their antenna and stuff like that?
Yeah, I do like perceptive, analytical.
Yeah.
Because he's got that computer brain.
Yes. So you gain advantage when looking for information or searching your surroundings or noticing things. You gain this even when you are sleeping. So you're always aware.
So he's not like me. Got it.
What?
So Tink,
Yes.
what's the next thing we should tell us? Oh, does Tink have a tail?
Oh yeah, little tiny tail.
Now let me ask you: is that tail useful? Can it wrap around things? Can you use it for other stuff?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I like the idea.
then you get tail. You can use it as an extra hand. So you're getting 3 slots to hold stuff, as opposed to 2.
All right.
Yep.
Look at that tail.
All right, Inky.
Inky. Did we talk about the fact that Inky has see her blush.
Mm-hmm.
She has 8 legs, and I feel like that would come in handy with her acrobatics or something.
I
to that
agree.
effect.
Do you want her to be acrobatic, or do you want to also have extra limbs? I mean, they are little short limbs, but they are extra.
It's true.
I mean, do you want her to be acrobatic? Because we can totally do that.
I like the idea of her kind of just like
wall crawling.
Wall crawling and.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, octopus they're like
Sticky.
since they're non-vertebrate, they can squeeze into any.
That's true.
He's already small, so.
Yeah. Because we don't have that written yet, but let's go ahead and do a playtest of it. Let's say invertebrate.
Okay.
So you gain advantage moving through tight spaces, or like climbing walls.
Yeah, instantly flatten.
Yeah.
Like, you can change shape almost.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do
Slide
that.
under a door.
Exactly. All right.
I'm thinking
Back
if
to
I
our
do
Peggy
this,
unicorn. Peggy.
Ella Peggy.
Ella Peggy.
Ella Peggy corn.
Yeah, there you
Ella Pegacorn.
go.
Ella Pegacorn, yes.
Okay, so what traits do we have so far? We have acrobatic.
We're large.
Large.
We're acrobatic. We can hit near. That's not a trait, is it?
No, it's not. Okay, but so that's part of the large.
We're just large
tell
and
us-
acrobatic.
Tell us about the Ella Pegacorn's. What's their name again?
Eunice.
Eunice. That's right. That's a fantastic name.
Is that with an ICE or an ACE?
It's EUNICE.
ICE.
Yes.
I think that's how I spelled
Yes.
it.
Eunice.
Eunice.
Yes.
Now,
Eunice.
tell us about
It's
Eunice.
Eunice.
Is Eunice like a very outgoing Ella Pegacorn, or are they more of the quiet type, or are
she's
they?
kind of introverted,
I was
actually.
gonna
Okay.
say, doesn't she seem a little shy?
Yeah, she's kind of
Yeah.
shy. She's
Okay.
Yeah, she's teased as a child.
Is she? Let's see.
It took a while for her wings to sprout.
Is she? Does she like know a lot of things, or what's something that's like outstanding about her?
She likes to read.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
So she is educated.
Yes.
So she knows a lot of things
Okay.
most of the other 90 Knights don't know.
Aha.
So whenever you're trying to know specific information or have information that everyone else won't necessarily know, you
Aha.
gain advantage.
So you spout facts that BB-8 then crunches.
That's
Aha. Okay.
Teamwork.
Yes.
All right, so then let's do your next one.
When she gets mad, she likes to stab things with her horn.
Oh,
Ooh, stabby.
Sweet.
Stabby.
Stab.
Okay, so yeah, let's put down Stabby. When you get this may also be called Berserker or
Ah, I love it.
you can attack. You attack with a primal and furious rage.
I love it.
Stampede.
That's right. If you roll a test with disadvantage, which if your horn is your primary thing, you would be rolling with advantage.
Okay.
So you'd only be rolling 2d6. But if you succeed, you deal 2 damage instead of 1.
Ooh, so the horn is advantage,
Mm-hmm.
but without the horn.
I'll explain the weapon thing in just a bit. So just write
Okay.
down Berserker, test with
Berserker.
disadvantage, 2 damage instead of 1. In this game, whenever you hit something, it's always 1 hit point that you do damage, unless you have a special ability. I almost put my hand in front of the camera. I'll try to avoid that. Okay, so how many traits do you have besides your heritage trait?
Okay, so
Besides large.
large, acrobatic, educated, berserker.
Okay, so we should do one more real quick,
Okay.
and then we'll go back and get everyone else's done real quick. What else about? She's educated. Has she ever been to the basement in the house? The basement is lots of times away. Besides going under the bed to get to underworld or underbed and the dreamlands.
Oh.
So it's kind of a scary place that most 90 Nights haven't gone, but it is a place that 90 Nights go more than others.
That sounds
Oh,
like something
you know what?
BB-8 would
Yeah.
do.
I think maybe because I keep finding all these little tears on her, so I
Oh.
think she's been in some fisticuffs.
How about then if she's that let's do this. So she's how about say that she's a fighter.
Oh, okay.
So
She's a fighter at heart.
yeah, so you gain advantage whenever fighting with like your primary weapon.
Okay.
So actually now you're going to just be
My
rolling
horn.
3d6. Yeah, so she's going to just basically now be rolling 3d6 and
Okay.
doing 2 damage all the time. So she's hardcore.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
hardcore.
So Inky is
Charging in.
small, aquatic. What are the other ones?
We have him as his invertebrate.
Invertebrate. And
And
then
charismatic.
You
and
know
charismatic.
I'm hardcore.
So we need another one. Can Inky see in the dark? Or is that someone
I
else?
would think so.
I would say yeah.
Because Inky's from the ocean's dark.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say Inky,
Should we say especially well in the dark underwater?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dark water.
anything dark.
But-
Really. So let's say
He sees well in ink.
yeah, exactly.
And Pinky's really got really good waterproof makeup on.
Yeah, that looks the best.
Yeah.
She does, yeah.
Always looks fabulous.
So whenever it's dark,
Okay.
you have you do not suffer disadvantage in darkness.
Okay.
So if you go down into the dark basement, you can see just fine.
Okay.
All right, Tink, back to you. How many do we have for Tink?
Lucky, Toysmith, and Tail. Plus
Okay.
Monkey Agility.
So we need one more.
Tail.
He's got tail.
Do you want to be a toy master?
He gets lucky tail.
Or that would give you like a little sidekick, kind of like Roland. Or do you want something? What else is?
Every
Tink?
time you say rolling, I'm like rolling. Doggies rolling.
Tink is
I actually
a
know somebody named
climber,
Roland, so.
obviously.
Okay. You want to have acrobatic?
Sure.
Okay, so let's put that down.
Every time
I
you
think
say
acrobatic
you're
is
gonna go
fantastic.
Rolling. You're like, no, I
Acrobatic.
won't.
He's old.
What does that give me?
So you gain advantage when doing like tumbling, jumping, climbing.
Barnesy?
I feel.
So very much like what Eunice gets. So the two of you are very acrobatic.
All
Barnesy
It's
right.
fantastic.
Not playing today. But Barnesy wanted to get on
Cam whore.
cam. Total cam horror.
So BB, what was it that we were talking about that BB might have earlier?
He's brave.
That
He'll
just
just,
sounded
like,
dirty.
charge in. He's okay with the basement. He's
Yes.
okay with.
Basement
Oh, yeah.
delver.
Yeah.
So you're a basement delver, which means you test with advantage against fear, and you know about things and creatures that happen to show up in basements and cellars.
I know things.
You know things about the basement.
Does BB-8 have trouble getting up and down the stairs to the basement?
Oh no! Didn't you see him?
No,
do the stairs?
he's
totally
he's
does
great at
stairs.
stairs.
Yeah.
He can,
Totally
shoot out and
does
stabilize
stairs.
himself against the wall if he needs to, or he
Yeah, he's
just
got
rolls
the
on up.
stairs.
That's right.
No problem.
Not quite as fast as some others. He may be a little slow. He can go down the stairs real quick, but
That's true. All right. So Roland, how many traits do we have for you? Actually, real quick, BB-8.
what were the?
You should have total of 5, including your heritage
What was
trait.
the bonus on Basement Delver again?
You gain
sorry.
advantage on knowing things about basements and cellars, like what sort of creatures and things show up. And then you also gain an advantage for fear tests.
Ooh.
Because you're fearless. You kind of go different places.
You're fearless. That's
Alright.
awesome.
Roland is a good monster.
Mhm.
He's small. And he has his flying dragoon.
Okay, do you have a name for your dragon yet?
Dragoon.
Dragoon.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic name.
That's great.
So let's, you have 2 more. Does Roland like to talk to other creatures, like live animals, like dogs and cats and other things like that? Can Roland? Because these creatures don't always speak the same language as Nighty Knights do. So do you want to be a beast speaker?
Yeah.
Nice. Parcel tongue.
You're able to communicate with
I mean-
animals as if they were other toys.
Awesome.
And then, let's see.
You're our
You're
translator.
small. You have your guy. What other things can you tell me about Roland?
Is he brave?
Yeah.
He's kind of
Or is he?
curmudgeonly a little bit.
Yeah, he's got like 2 different eyes.
Um,
I mean,
he looks a little crazy here.
yeah.
Does he
Though
have a tail too?
he does have a tail.
Oh, no.
Oh, he
Like-
could like swing from that.
Right. I think of that as a weapon, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Like, is there?
We're gonna get to weapons in a bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So, is he really good with that tail?
No, I don't think so. It just.
Okay.
That's just a loaded question,
Just
Ben.
kinda curmudgeonly.
That's awesome.
He's kind of curmudgeonly with that tail.
Is he good with that too?
Yeah.
Comment. Let us
I think
know.
he's really good. Is there something about being really good at listening? I mean, look at the size of his ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a good one.
Ooh, radar. Maybe he has
Perception.
radar or something.
Yeah. Do you want to have like a dark sense?
Oh yeah.
Dark sense.
Ooh, dark
Something in the
sense.
Yeah. So you gain advantage when testing for perception in the dark.
So he has defense against the dark arts and parcel tongue.
He's Slytherin.
He is green and
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Merlin was a Slytherin, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now
Ravenclaw.
Total Ravenclaw here.
Slytherin, but
Hufflepuff.
I did the test.
Slytherin is my secondary, so
Yeah.
no need to defend yourself.
Well, no. I did the test where it shows you your percentages.
Yeah, so did
And I got 24, 24, 24, 28.
Oh wow.
Or whatever that
Yeah.
breaks down technically what 100%.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. It was like, whoa, that's and it's
Yeah.
and the things that sent me over the edge were I like cool dark places. Going to the sea or
Oh.
you know, yeah. So
Yeah, no, my Slytherin and I was like 20 Gryffindor, 21 Slytherin, but all my Gryffindor traits can be explained in either Slytherin or Ravenclaw, whereas some of my Slytherin traits aren't explained in either of those houses, so I say I'm secondary.
yeah. Okay. So do we have everyone have 5 traits total?
I digress.
We all
No worries.
digressed. It's alright, we
It's
all
all good.
digressed. I was about to tell you my percentages. I'm like, no, we don't. We're
Okay,
moving on.
so now everyone is going to choose a tool or a weapon that they are proficient in, which means that they're better at it than anything else. And this can be a group of things, but then you're going to choose one specific thing in that group that you're good with. So we have we have tools, which are a group themselves. So they're like repair things. So you're not necessarily a good fighter, but you have stuff that you can like repair stuff with. And then there's light weapons, like melee weapons, heavy melee weapons, like
I'm
personal.
horny.
Yeah. And then there's ranged weapons. So
Something we don't know.
so your tail could be, you could say like tails as your a weapon.
Yeah.
And I would say how long is that tail? That might be a close.
Morningstar.
Club
It's-
thing with the
I mean, it's
Now you're
twice.
with it.
He is kind of
Yeah.
small though. So let's say it's a close light weapon.
Okay.
So you have a tail attack or tail mace.
Awesome. What do I have?
You have
Hey,
your
we gotta go in order.
Oh,
it's okay.
we're going order this way.
patience has never been her strong suit.
No.
So I'm thinking with BB-8, he's very technical, and
He's got all sorts of tools.
like he's a slicer. He's
Yeah. He can hack computers. and-
yeah,
So do you want to say he has
He's a
multi-tool?
fixer.
He is the tool?
He is the multi-tool.
Yeah, so write that down that
He
he's
is the
proficient with
tool.
tools.
Yeah.
So anytime you come across a tool, you'll be able to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everyone else is like, "What is this?" And he's
You're like, it's a screwdriver.
Yeah.
It's a Phillips head screwdriver.
ATSTs are
That is
classified
very
as tools.
strange.
yes.
Yes. So
They don't
King,
get to the garage a lot.
Tinker, I'm thinking a fairy wand.
of course,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. Now is this a you touch someone and it magically does something to them, or is it a you shoot cool fairy bolts at them from across the room?
I was thinking just like a club.
Oh, okay, fantastic.
It's delicate looking, but it's
So you're
violent.
proficient with fairy wands, and so that's close light melee weapon. Inky.
Inky, I think his tentacles have to be like a...
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so write down tentacles. And that is also
I
a close
almost
game.
said it. You looked at me.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
I didn't mean to do a little drink.
And then
My
Eunice.
horn.
Let's write down, unicorn horn.
You horny?
I am
Mhm.
horny.
That is the elephant's weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm terrified.
Yeah.
That one, hey, that's
And that's
how
also
you
a
won
close
last
near,
night's game.
weapon.
It is how I won.
Okay.
Horniness can be a good weapon.
So we are almost done with
I know
character creation.
BB-8 is terrified.
Yeah.
Alright, so my horn.
So then we're going to create a background for you and a belief. So a background is like kind of where your character comes from, and that's gonna if any time that
Galaxy
is like
far, far away.
exactly that's a perfect one. And it could also be like if you are closely like with your parents and who are also Nighty Knights, or maybe they are like not squid, octopi that come from the sea. Anytime that background is appropriate, you gain advantage on that. So you could be like, the good monster from a group of evil monsters from the Dreamlands, or anywhere you think your background comes from. For example, in Toy Story, Woody is, of course, a cowboy. That's his background. And Buzz is, of course, a space ranger. You know, so if you want to write that, you know, just a short phrase or even, you know, a term that you think is appropriate for your knight.
Ooh, so a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So he's ancient.
He could be,
Long time ago. He lives forever.
Or maybe he went through some portal.
He thinks he's indestructible.
Exactly,
So-
exactly.
He totally thinks he's
So
indestructible.
Ellie, the elephant over there, went down into the basement and met the half Pegasus, half unicorn
Okay.
Nighty Knight
Got horny.
and got horny.
hmm So,
and that's how Eunice came about.
so, should we say like, elephant or magical parent, like magical parentage?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Magical parentage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so this happened?
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Tinker?
Treehouse.
Treehouse, of course.
Maybe a little bit of this.
I don't like what's going on behind me.
What are you talking about? You got plenty of tail.
So, Tinker's from a treehouse.
Yeah.
Where's Inky? What's Inky's background?
Iki came from a beach gift shop.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Not a pineapple under the sea?
Well, there was a pineapple in the gift shop
Oh, okay.
that he was under the SpongeBob shelf.
Well, she's much too intelligent to be in a pineapple under the sea.
That's true.
I hate the show.
So everyone has a background. Let's do a quick belief. So your belief is going to be something that is like a core central ideal to your character, right? So so for Eunice, I mean, what can we say?
She can fly. Is that? her
That I
core
can
sen-
fly.
Yeah, if I could fly, if I believe it hard enough.
Yes.
Yeah, so that could be a great belief. So
Yes.
write that down.
That I can fly if I
Inky?
believe hard enough.
Maybe everyone needs a hug,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
know, we can all, you know,
Everything's better with a hug.
yeah. I think that's a great one. And then Tinker.
Bad toys should be punished.
Tinkers are a
Or
hardliner.
swinging. You know, light and
All
happy.
right,
and
so Inky is the swinger dominatrix, is what I hear.
Tinker is the hardcore.
Or Tinker.
Yeah, Tinker's the hardliner.
Yeah, he's the hardcore one.
Okay. I would say BB-8 is like.
There's my phone. No.
I would say BB-8 is all about defeating the evil First Order and defeating oppression. Anything oppression just gets BB-8 going.
So you want to
And
say
he
that
thinks
he's
indestructible.
a rebel?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Rebel scum all the way.
Rebel with a cause.
Rebel with
Maybe.
the cause, yeah.
Or you could even say something like,
You rebel scum.
yeah, rebel scum would be great. And then Roland, what do you think?
Whoa!
Yeah, Roland.
I can hear him. The power of our common belief has given him a voice.
We believed strong, hard enough.
He.
I think
Was he
misunderstood because
Yeah.
he's a monster, but
Yeah.
he's a
Yeah.
good monster.
Yeah, you could say maybe,
Monsters are just misunderstood. Like,
yeah, you could say that, or like, you know, every
Don't
monster
judge
has a chance to be
Don't
good.
judge a face by its
Yeah.
cover.
Yeah, or a book by, yeah,
Or a monster
Yeah.
by its cover.
Yeah,
by
there
its
we go.
face.
I like it.
Mhm.
yeah. Okay.
By its teeth and
Yeah.
talons.
Yeah. He's very against stereotypes and hate crimes.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, so now we have our Nighty Knights. I want you to take your other piece of, or your other
No card.
note card, that's the word. And I want you to write on the blank side without the lines your character's name. And here are some pens if we need to, if anyone has a pen. And then since the top-down view is probably the best, I think, let's just, instead of making a tent, normally I would have everyone make tents. Let's just lay it down so you can...
Oh, they're there.
Oh, we have some pens?
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
I
There
have
we go.
pens.
So if anyone wants a pen...
Oh, thank you.
I guess BB-8 will take one.
So what we're going to do is just lay it flat on the thing, and then you can write your character name on the blank side.
What's the edge
Big
of
enough so
this
that we can see.
screen? Like how far? Oh,
You can see the
I
whole...
can see my hand.
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
Yes, you can.
yeah,
Wait.
right there.
That's it.
There's the.
Yeah.
It's delayed, but here's the.
Oh, thank you. still not seeing my hand.
You can see.
Yeah.
You can see it right there. That'll be fine.
Alright, someone
Oh, I
has to
can see
open
my
this
watch.
pen for me.
Actually, much better.
Here, I'll do it.
Thank you. Now that I got it all wet.
Throw me a pen. Throw me a pen so I can write inky in big letters.
Thank you.
Oh, here, I have a pen.
How big do we want this? Do we want to like take up the whole space?
Sure, yeah. You want it to... so that we can read it.
You read it.
Mm-hmm.
Give me it. Maybe Inky can refill your pen.
Oh, is it dying?
It's dying.
No!
Well, there's brand new ones here.
There's some over right there. Dang it, I have to replace it.
Remember how y'all complained that, oh yeah, we're still not going to be able to see it because we got glare. Yeah, no, this is not. Sorry about the sky cam, it's really high. You know, like me. And, and so we have glare today with our sky cam. But I'm trying to get this new producer who's so fabulous. He's gonna make stuff so fabulous, so we don't have all these glare issues, and then it'll be perfect. Our close
We'll-
to it.
We'll maybe work on some technical details.
Yes.
Throw my
Tell him he's fabulous, and maybe he'll come work with us. So, I don't know if we can see them at all. They just look like white pieces of paper. Here he comes. I think it's a contrast.
It might just be your screen.
It might just be. Yeah, how's it
Yeah.
look on yours? Can you see it, Mel?
I lost the feed for a second.
Uh-oh.
So no.
It's a table cam.
No, you can't. It's just white card.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, we're just adjusting this a little bit to see if you can see it a little better if we do some adjusting. You see, I think it nothing happens. I don't know.
I can get my sound.
It's like, it won't bounce, it won't auto.
On your Star Wars app?
Well, we have a down second. Everyone needs to project their voice because as people are saying on the feed that they can't hear us.
Oh, okay.
Oh, use my radio announcer voice.
Use your radio
We
announcer
will
voice.
talk louder. Thank you for telling us this. And I'm wondering if it's is it Did y'all hear that?
Ben is fine.
Ben
Yeah.
is fine. I wonder if I need to change our spec.
Back in my
Let's try
musical
that.
theater days.
I'm gonna get a different
Actually,
mic.
the last
I'm
musical I
gonna
was
get a
in,
mic like yours.
we were
'cause this mic
setting up
has
a new
just
mic
been
system.
having
Well, we
difficulty.
only had 7 of them. And we had like a cast of like 20.
Okay, that
so they
was
would
not,
trade 'em
that
out.
was not
And
Okay.
people
good.
go off
Now
but
we
they
can
never
see what
mic'd
they
me.
say though.
because
You were
We
just
just can't
easy
see
to
anything
hear.
else.
they're like, we're gonna like, can you be a little quieter?
You want to trade places?
No, hold on.
You can sit here and I'll sit where you're sitting. It'll be the
Yeah.
Richard cam.
No.
I think we can hear everybody okay.
I think so. I was speaking quiet earlier.
But you're
I need to learn to be.
project your voice.
Well, I can hear us just fine.
That's it.
That looks better, yeah.
It does look
Yes.
better.
Did you draw a picture? I love it.
There, that should help tremendously.
Yay! Thank you, Richard.
We have that in sync.
So, now we're gonna go around twice for everyone, and we're going to set up our story, our setting for where we're gonna play, and all the different things we're gonna interact with. So we have basically 3 large sections that you can add information to. The first one is faces or groups. So these are important characters that you might come in contact with. Billy, for example, is one of them. Groups could be like the Nighty Knights or some other group of, like, say, monsters you know about. The next thing is places. So we're going to tell some, you guys are going to give me some information about the house or places that are important to the story. And then finally, it's themes and threats. So it could be like, maybe there's a terrible storm going on outside, or there's something wrong with the bathroom. It's something's coming from the toilet, or any number of different things like that. There's definitely a monster in the closet or something like that. So let's. Have you done this before?
Fabulous.
I've
monster
not
in the
done
closet?
Tiny D6 before.
But have you done the what we call the dirty dungeon?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with you, Roland. Tell us one thing that is like true about it. Is there like, are there other pets? Because you have Beast Speaker.
Oh, clearly, it's there's a family of gerbils.
Gerbils.
And they have a habit of escaping their cages, and you just find them all over the place.
All over.
And you never quite know how many there are.
Fantastic. All over.
They like
Escape artists. And you did fantastic there because you just gave me, and I'm going to ask this of everyone, 3 true things. So it can be anything that's true about this thing that you tell us about. It could be like it has red hair, the monster is actually a friendly monster, or any number of different things that are true about it. So they're escape artists, they're found all over the house, and you never know how many there are.
Yep.
And you can get very specific or just be kind of generally vague, however you feel would be the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is awesome.
All right.
I would say, I mean, given who BB-8 is and my skills and everything, I would say that Billy is definitely into technology, and there's got to be some sort of technical foe, or some way for him to use his technical skills.
Are you talking about BB-8 or Billy?
Well, no, but Billy is into technology,
Okay.
and so I'm
Now-
trying to think
now-
of a technical foe, something that would allow BB-8 to use some of his.
Well, we can come up with that. But let me ask you a couple questions about Billy. Is Billy a boy or a girl?
That's a good question.
Spell it with an I-E.
I did.
Yeah.
But it, like, you know, that can be boy or girl.
Inky's a girl, and Inky spelled the Y, so.
Yeah.
I think Billy should be a girl.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
there should be
I
a
was
girl
thinking that
too.
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
So Billy's a girl, into technology.
And that really goes with the imaginative. She likes taking things apart,
Mm-hmm.
really figuring out how things work.
Does she have like Legos and stuff in the room? With little
Of course.
construction sets and
Of
things like that.
course.
And let's say, lots of construction sets.
Yeah. Does Billy have any siblings? Like an older brother who's kind of picks on her, maybe?
Older brother or younger?
I would think a younger brother.
Like an infant.
Yeah.
But maybe
And then-
toddler.
And
Mobile
and he's always coming in
drooling.
as like messing up with her creations. Is always knocking
He has those
down.
really heavy toddler shoes.
Yeah.
And he walks all over and breaks her things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not intentionally.
Puts everything in his
In his
mouth.
mouth.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the younger brother's name?
Jack.
Zach?
I was thinking Bobby, Billy and Bobby, but that's not really.
Bobby's great. Maybe they're a family that's like, everyone has a B for the first.
That's how we do it in my family. We're
Yeah.
all D's.
That's why they
Exactly.
went BB-8.
Yeah. So Bobby, let's get back to Bobby though, because that'll be like a second thing that we'll talk about in a bit. Tinker.
So, true story, when I was a kid, my grandmother had a furnace that scared the crud out of me. It would sound, whenever it turned on and off, it was a loud thunk, and then it would constantly just like clunk, clunk, clunk as it ran.
Ooh.
And I always envisioned it like coming
Is it in
down
the
the hallway
basement?
towards us. No, it was in the middle of the hallway.
Oh.
So it was
couldn't
like,
protect
so
yourself
I'm
from it.
thinking in
So
this house
in order
there's
to
a
escape the bedroom, we have to pass the furnace.
there's a loud furnace that may or may not be evil and sentient.
I think it should be in the basement. Like,
Basement.
I think the basement, or at least we have a basement, so
Right, but like there
I mean,
is
your
there
grandma's
is
house
a
too.
like, in order to I kind of like it's in order to escape the bedroom we have to pass the furnace.
Okay.
It's like the
Well, maybe the
gauntlet to
bedroom-
get to the basement. Or do we want to put the furnace in the basement?
No,
Well,
I gotta do it. I gotta
it
do
is.
one.
Hold on. It is Tinker's thing, so Tinker
Yeah.
gets to decide.
So I'm thinking that yes, the furnace is in the basement,
Okay.
but it can
You can hear it
pretty
throughout
much-
the house.
It's
It-
got a
it
vent
communicates
directly
through the
to-
vents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's in the
I
basement.
gotta go with
but it has
that.
access to the whole house.
Yeah.
Cons- The vent can suck you in.
Perfect.
Vents everywhere.
Especially if you're small.
I gotta go and go off that.
Perfect.
And then the third thing, so it's the fiery furnace that's in the basement. It has vents everywhere. What's the third thing about it?
Ooh, let's go. It is inherently evil.
Okay.
That's just a fact.
Evil.
It hates toys.
Yes, of course.
We are not flame retardant.
No.
Yeah.
BB-8 might be.
Okay.
So, there is a attached bathroom to Billy's bedroom. That in this
Jack and Jill bathroom.
In this bathroom there is a laundry chute that goes down to the basement, which is where the laundry room's at.
Nice. So we have a Jack and Jill bathroom, the laundry chute, and then.
And the Jack and Jill is to Bobby's room.
Bobby's room, yeah.
Yeah.
Inky likes the bathroom because the whole water and
yeah.
And then tell me a third thing about it. Has there been a monster from the sewers that's come up through the toilet before in the past?
The toilet runs, so they don't know what's in the toilet.
It's running all the time?
There's a running noise all the time, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That was only slightly
So I ran this for all my nieces. I have 3 nieces and then my 2 kids the day after Thanksgiving. And it was fantastic. But my my youngest niece, she's just about kindergarten. Well, she is in kindergarten, I should say. And every time I would get like kind of a scary voice at all, she would point at the X card. It was fantastic. It was great. But she was like, I was like, okay. So I was like, so you go down into the dark and evil basement. And they're like, yeah. And it was just the tone of voice. It wasn't like what we were talking about.
She's like, Uncle Ben is getting scary.
Yep. Okay. Eunice.
Okay. So there is a big, giant oak tree right outside the window of Bobby's bedroom.
Okay.
And it has Billy's bedroom. And it has all these little itty bitty branches that scrape the window whenever it starts to get windy, even breezy. And the trunk is really old and gnarled. So, like if there's a lightning storm, it kind of looks like there's faces on the trunk, and the branches can look like fingers on the window. So gotta be careful with that.
So this is actually a statted up monster that we already have in the game. It's called the Thing Outside the Window.
Oh, you're kidding!
No. That's why I was smiling the whole time.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing this gnarled trunk and looking at your Ella Pagacorn.
Okay.
I did it right. I didn't know they had already had this. I didn't know.
Okay, so now we're going to do your second thing.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us about a theme or threat, a place in the house, or faces or groups, with the house?
Oh, okay. So I've been in the basement.
Okay.
Yes. So there's a really, really, really steep staircase when there's a doorway, but right as you open the doorway, it's an immediate staircase that just goes down, straight down, like 45-degree angle, straight down into darkness.
Okay, now let me ask you one other thing about the basement.
Uh-huh.
Is it a finished basement where they have carpet and stuff, or is it unfinished?
No, it's unfinished. It's like there's framing
Yep.
everywhere, and you can see the wires and the plumbing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, for the furnace. Besides the furnace,
it growls.
Obviously.
Yeah,
but
when you get down there, it's really
in the basement,
loud.
What's the lighting like? Are there lots of
there's hanging light bulbs.
Hanging light bulbs, of course.
Yeah, and they swing.
Yep.
And they cause all these shadows.
Yep.
And they come to life.
I need a Christmas tree.
All right, fantastic.
Okay.
Inky.
We're describing the basement. right now?
Well, no. We were just. She was just telling us more about the basement.
Okay.
I'm writing it all down too, by the way. If you don't, so you don't have to if you don't want to.
I just like having it.
It's totally fine. I'm that person too. When I'm a player, I'm like, okay.
I'm Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Hi, say hello to MLD deodorant. Hello.
Hello.
Real comments
Welcome.
Ooh,
Yeah.
deodorant.
Yep.
That's on Twitch. Hello.
So-
Welcome.
Gaming
Welcome,
stream.
Twitch viewers.
So, tell us something else about the house. Things in it. Who was it that brought up Bobby first? Because I want to have. Okay, so we'll have you tell us more about Bobby later if when we get back to you. But Inky, what's something else that's going on with the house? Or other animals, or the parents, or anything related to the.
So there is a they have a pet dog.
Okay, what's the dog's name?
It needs to be another B, guys.
Ben.
Ben the dog.
Benji.
Benji.
Benji the dog.
Benji.
And they have to be the Nighty Knights have to be very careful because if the Nighty Knight falls on the floor, Benji likes to put stuffed animals in his mouth.
Oh, yes.
Slobbery.
We don't like Benji. Oh, okay.
Benji, yeah, he's slobbery.
Benji
and
can be dangerous.
He
I can always talk him down.
So let me ask you about.
He likes
well,
to
you
chew
learned
on
about
the
squeaky-
stuffed
you
animals.
look like a squeaky toy.
Yeah, I think Benji's had you in his mouth a few times.
So tell me about Benji. Is Benji like a terrier, like
Oh,
the original Benji, or is he like a
Big in his
lab?
mouth.
Yeah,
Or
I think
is
he
Yeah,
should
you
be
are.
an original terrier, like
Okay.
the original Benji.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
that
terriers
that
are
sounded bad.
That's why I looked
Well, it
so
sounded
at
awesome.
you.
Okay, so then last thing about Benji.
that was a.
Where
that
does
was a horny
if
one.
Benji gets Nighty Night, where does Benji take the Nighty Night?
So Benji there is a
Because we're
his little-
stuffed animal Avengers doesn't mean we ain't dirty.
there's a door that leads down to the basement underneath the main stairs of the house, and there's a little landing, and that's his little dog area.
Oh, he's got a dog area for
Yeah.
on a landing on,
On the landing to the basement stairs.
Okay.
Oh.
So they're gonna have to rescue
So
him.
we can like kick him down the basement stairs if he
Let's
tries
say
to
that there's
eat
a
us.
doggy door in the basement stairs,
Mhm.
and he's got like a bed and like a corner kind of on that little landing. Okay, perfect.
Ah.
All right.
You're up,
Tinker.
I think there's a family of rats that lives in the house.
Oh, do they?
In the walls?
Army of rats. They,
They
live in
argue
the
with
walls.
the
They fight
gerbils?
with the gerbils?
I think they're at war
Or
with
do
the
they
gerbils.
breed with the gerbils?
Sure.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
the
is it like the
what's the
Hatfields
name
and
of
the
the rat
McCoys?
group?
Oh, the rats of Min.
That's awesome.
They may also be dyslexic.
Yeah.
I saw a book
I
on
know, I'm
the
trying to think the Mary Institute of Mental Health? The Mental Institute of National Health.
There you go.
The NIM. That cookie looked really good. I might have to go get a cookie now.
You're good.
We should have offered them to everyone.
Third fact, they are in fact plotting to take over the world.
Of course.
The mice of men, the mice of Nim,
Yep.
No.
or the rats of Nim.
The rats of
The rats of
Min.
Min.
What? And then are they the gerbils of Gerb?
Oh, we'll figure out about the gerbils in a bit. I already have notes down about them that I've come up with. So.
Is he a gangster?
Tink the gangster. Ooh, we're gonna have.
He doesn't tolerate.
Is he throwing signs?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my.
There we go. No,
Okay,
his arm's too short.
back to BB. So we had some ideas about Bobby. Do you want to tell us more, or do you want to tell us something, or should we kind of gloss over Bobby and go to
Does
something else?
Bobby have his own set of 99s
Yeah,
that we
does he have-
battle?
You wouldn't necessarily battle them because you're kind of on the same side, but you could be like its own separate group of
Right,
knights.
but Bobby is the oppressor. Bobby is the First Order.
That's fine. I mean, do you want Bobby to be like I mean, Bobby probably has 90 Nights that you maybe have never met.
Yeah.
Because Bobby probably still has like a crib.
Yeah.
So any Nighty Knights that he has are probably in the crib.
In the crib,
Right. Mom is still putting his stuff away.
Exactly.
For him, whereas Billy has her own.
Exactly. So so let's say let's talk more about Bobby then. So Bobby
is hyper focused on this.
yeah, ruins.
I can tell.
Bobby ruins like
Everything.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, why did Bobby even have to come around?
Well, what about the child-proofing aspect? I think Billy can't play with certain things, like some of her Legos. Mom is worried about, about Bobby swallowing them.
That's fantastic.
and,
So that's like a themed threat in the house, and we're gonna kind of make Bobby more of like a force of nature as opposed to a character. So Bobby ruins everything.
Yeah.
The house is child-proofed. And a third thing...
You gotta be quiet because Bobby's napping.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Quiet.
So they have BB-8s kind of loud with all this beeping and bopping.
Yeah.
Quiet time.
Happy beeps.
And yeah, so Mom comes in and we'll be like, BB-8's too loud.
And take his batteries.
Or something. Okay. Roland, back to you for our final thing.
Final thing. Is there anything of any note that we need? Are we missing something? We have some threats. We have some
places. We have some faces and groups.
No.
I'm
like, hold on to my unit.
Kind of like an
What
individual
about,
face.
do we have anything? We don't really have much about Billy.
Well, we have Billy as a girl. She's into tech and lots of construction sets. So
But maybe
Bobby.
somewhere
What is
reason
she
we need to
afraid
protect
of?
her. Like, I don't know. I
yeah.
grew up with all kinds of allergies and phobias and all.
Yeah,
those
that's actually a
things.
good
That's
thing.
why she's a
So,
indoor kid.
yeah.
Tell us about the nightmares and monsters that sometimes try to attack Billy.
What besides Bobby in the furnace do we need to protect Billy from?
Well, I mean, she sleeps on a bunk bed.
Okay.
Like one of those loft beds and her desk is underneath.
Oh.
And because she likes technology, there's sometimes lights coming from underneath her bed that is kind of scary. And there may actually be something very large that lives in that space that we're constantly leery of.
We gotta keep that under control.
Under the desk or under the bed, there's this something.
Right. She's got an enormous under the bed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Big, gigantic.
Yeah.
So.
It's almost like a room under the bed.
Yeah. Is there anything else? Does she have any allergies? Or is she
asthmatic
or is she afraid of anything in particular? Besides the lights,
And the dribbles.
yeah.
in the furnace.
Yeah. I think.
I don't think she knows about the rats.
I
But
think she's actually. I think she's actually allergic to the rats, or no, but that may be a little too difficult. I think she's a.
She allergic to like peanuts?
Yeah, I was thinking nuts, but I was like, I don't. Yeah, no, I think she. Yeah,
That's
she's
great. That's a great thing.
Yeah, it's very.
Either that or red dye.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
They were made of red dye, some of those. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, maybe it's got some.
That wouldn't be good.
All right, so let's start playing. How much time do we have left right now?
However much time we need.
Okay, good.
We are not constrained unless someone wants to switch us off. Just keep watching.
All right, so let's. It's 2:46. Let's play until say like 5. Would that work?
That works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Do we want a bathroom break
Yeah.
real quick, guys?
Okay, we do a bracket break.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
Take a quick
This is
break.
a natural break time,
We're
so let's go do
We're
that.
gonna go ahead and take a quick break. We'll put our stuffed animals in our seats, and everyone will take and our producer is gonna check our feeds. And he loves us.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep sitting
Did you
down.
find my phone?
How you been, brother?
Pretty good, except that Friday when we drove out to my sister's, like, I come walking into the house and giant suitcase that I'm dragging behind me, and I tripped and fell down really hard and hit both my knees and my shoulder. So this one still has a little bit of a scab, but this one actually hurts a lot more.
Oh.
And then my shoulder has actually been the worst part. Like, it's, you use it for everything, and I'm left-handed. So typing and then using my mouse is just, it's too much. And so I've been like icing it and taking pain pills and stuff, and I'm getting better, I think, but I'm, we'll see. Hopefully it'll be fine and not a big deal. But if like the end of next week I'm still like, this hurts, definitely gonna get some x-rays, because it was hard tile that I fell on. And it was like the bag was huge, and so when I started falling, the bag overbalanced me, and so I had to just like push it away. I'll take one. I can't quite reach.
They're sugar-free, but they're really good.
Sweet. I will take one of these.
For sugar-free, gluten-free.
Oh, that was a headless bird. It's a meeple. There we go.
Thank you.
Are
They're
there a
sugar-free
package?
maple.
I have
I
really
made 'em.
weird allergies.
I made them.
Oh,
What would you like to know about them?
what sugar substitute did you use?
I used monk fruit.
Oh.
Half of my wife's family have celiacs.
Mm-hmm.
Like full on.
So it's interesting. My mom always had a lot of health issues when she was alive.
Really good for your gut.
After she passed away, my sister got diagnosed with celiac disease, and now we're piecing together all those puzzles. That's like, oh.
Yeah, totally.
So my sister and my niece both have inherited it as well.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out. My wife is a carrier, but she doesn't have it. And we're trying to figure out if our son has it. They just did the blood test. It came back negative, but we're trying to figure out if it was the DNA one or the
What?
celiacs.
My little sister has it.
Yeah, and it's
I've been tested like 5 times.
there's 2 tests. There's one that's a DNA test that is like absolute. You know if you have it or not, because
Right.
it's
The
genetic
main one,
markers.
Yeah, and the main one they do the EGD. They go down the throat and biopsy.
Yeah, but just even in the blood test, you can also test for
There are
whatever.
false positives and false negatives.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
All the time.
So we just got the report back, but we were like, which one was it? We don't know which one they did, because we had asked for one, but we don't know if that's what they did. So we'll see.
Did they put him under and put the scope down his throat?
No, they just did a blood
That's
test.
the good one.
Yeah, I know. So,
Well,
but they can do the genetic one from the blood now too.
I
So
know
that's
I've been so much better since I've cut
Start
out all these
Yeah.
stuff that I call toxins. So
Well, they are toxins.
yeah, they are.
So what's the next step for Nighty Knights? The Kickstarter's closed.
I gotta get the money.
And
So
blood
Kickstarter goes through Amazon as far as how they do the payout, and I have that all set up. You have to do that before you even launch, but it takes about 2 weeks for them to verify everything. And it's like if someone's credit card isn't clearing, they give people time to change it or whatever, and then once all of it clears or you hit the 2 week mark, they send you whatever they got,
Okay.
and then minus their cut, I should say, and which is actually pretty small, so it's not bad. And then after that, then we have a person that's doing layout for it already. Cynthia Williams is already doing a bunch of art for it. What else do we have? So basically, we have the first thing actually right now is we have an editor who goes through and does like grammar and
I'm really good at
those sort of stuff, passes and stuff like that. And then once that's done, then it goes to the layout person, and they do the layout with all the art, and then it goes to the printer, and that's basically it. And we already have everything else sourced. So as soon as we find out how many people need which product, because there's the dice bags, the custom plushes, all that stuff. Once that's all sorted, once we know all those numbers, then we just plug it in and go.
Is this going to be Kickstarter only, or is it Kickstarter and then there's going to be some retail?
There's definitely retail.
Okay.
I was gonna say you funded like 400, 500%.
Whatever. Yeah, crazy percentage number.
And
And so it's going to definitely be retail. We do distribution through Studio 2, which are the same people who also do Drive-Thru RPG. So not only do we have PDFs for sale online and print on demand online, we also will have physical books that go to physical game stores. We're big fans of brick and mortar friendly local game store.
Well, and I've got a lot of people coming into Games U that are looking for this kind of game for their families, so
Yeah.
it'll be really nice to run some and demo it and get some books sold.
Yeah.
Stock us up.
Sure thing.
I'm getting to the shrimp last night.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm in
surprised.
gaming because
That's a
you know it
good
was
idea.
like something that like a couple of my friends got into, and it was my 11th birthday. No, it was my 12th birthday. We just moved to Arizona, and I like games, but my dad and my uncle and my grandfather played a lot of like Avalon Hill, like very complicated big games, and they never let me play with them because I was, you know, not old enough. And even though I probably could have figured it out, but they said my dad said for my birthday he would go with me to the mall and we'd find a game store or something, and he would buy me as my birthday present one that I picked out. So we went to the Gamekeeper, I think it was, is what it was called, in Metro Center.
Okay, yeah. Yep, Gamekeeper.
1989? Yeah, 88? 1989. It was 1989. And went in there and I looked at all these Avalon Hill games, and then there was this game right below it called Battletech that was in a box. It was like right next to them. And I was like, I want this, but then it said 13 and up. So I asked my dad, and he's like, yeah, I think you're fine. So Battletech was my first one. And like a month later, I bought MechWarrior, and with my allowance money, and then that was it. I was the kid with the book, so I was the game master. But then for years, I went to a place called Waterloo that was nearby.
Absolutely.
And there was this really nice guy named Darren who was the manager at Waterloo.
Yeah.
And then he eventually opened his own game store, Imperial Outpost. So, yeah. And he's been amazing ever since I've known him. So, I try to really... Every time we do a Kickstarter, we always put in a retailer level for brick and mortar stores. And I talk to him about it every time before I launch a Kickstarter. Be like, what would work best for you guys? And let's try to figure out a way that'll work good for us and for you guys. So for this one, we put in basically the retailer tier is you get like a set for yourself, but then in the backer kit sort of area, because you're a retailer, you get special access to cost only, copies, so that they can buy them at cost and sell them.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the best part is, like the thing that we just did, this one was the first time we've done this, is we set it so that you can decide how many you need. So every store is different. Like before in the past, we've always done like 3 or 5 copies or however. And if they want to be like, we want 10, then we can set it up like that. So it's great.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a guy in Germany who's actually in Essen, who has a game store in Essen apparently, and he's backed me like every time I've run a Kickstarter, and he's actually backed several of my friends' Kickstarters, and he buys always like the retailer tier for me, and he's great. And so it's like him and Darren and a couple other people all over that are, my big retailer people that I'm always trying to support. He saved. So my very first one was World of Dew.
Yeah.
And that was a Samurai Noir game.
I pulled shrimp out.
And it works with a game I have that my friend John Wick wrote called Blood and Honor. So World of Dew is like kind of Seven Samurai type thing.
Yep.
But Blood and Honor is more of like a Ron, if you want to slice hairs for Japanese sword cinema, right? Mine is all the gutter noir stuff, and his is all the like palace intrigue, right? But we didn't know this until I tried to send copies of Blood and Honor and World of Dew to Germany. Blood and Honor is the name of a neo-Nazi group.
Oh, no.
So all of the books and everything we sent were stopped by German customs.
Sure.
And I got this letter in German, and I'm like, I don't speak German, really, but my parents do. So I had my mom look at it, and she's like, there's something about like a hold on your products. So I called Roland, I emailed him, my German guy, and he's like, yeah, we haven't gotten anything. No one's gotten anything in Germany. And so I was like, he's like, but there is an office near me that I can go check out. So he went down there, and I sent him PDFs of the books so that he could show them on his iPad, like what they are. And they were like, oh, okay. And then like immediately, like all my German backers immediately like got all their products like within a couple days. It was like, that, okay, yeah.
Oops.
I'm glad that worked out.
Yeah.
I know, like the Chevy Nova.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the
Totally
Chevy
had a
no-go?
Yeah.
This is great.
My favorite would be the Tonto National Forest.
Yeah.
Yeah. there's all sorts of things like that all over. Not knowing, names like that can be a problem. Okay.
Okay, I think we are
we
back.
still live?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Been live the whole time? Okay.
been live doing the whole
And
thing.
it's good that I'm covering my mouth. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes, please do cover your mouth while chewing.
It's just got real. It's fine.
Yeah. That's why we're live. It's just fun that way.
I wasn't sure if you paused the feed.
Nope, not at all. That's why I was glad
Just
y'all
the
kept
champions.
talking.
Yep.
Hopefully they all catch you
Daryl knows his
cane with their
business.
chat.
Daryl knows his interview business.
Yeah.
And that is why we're so glad we have such fabulous guests here today.
Some seasoned guests.
Yes. Y'all need to come back more often.
Sure.
And so, I think we're ready.
Sure.
Okay.
Great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
All right, so we can just get back to it.
It was a dark and stormy night.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Billy is asleep in her bed. It's raining and thundering outside. The fingers of the thing outside the window are scratching at the glass. Billy's curtains are closed, but you can see the shadow of the fingers through the curtains as they kind of, elongate across the room. And their shadows don't quite reach Billy. But they do get kind of close. And then every once in a while when the lightning strikes, the room is illuminated in stark contrast. And there's like a weird green glow that comes up from underneath Billy's bed. Where are all of you guys in the room? Where do you guys hang out?
Oh, good question.
Does Billy sleep with us in the bed?
Probably. But I mean, Billy may also have you somewhere else, or maybe there's an area that you prefer, do you hang out in a little hammock?
I was thinking there's one of those IKEA palm trees in
Yeah,
the
one
corner,
of those-
Yes,
and I'm hanging out in the top. I'm on
Totally.
Hawkeye Overwatch mode.
that's right.
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, where does Roland?
Roland, he likes to hang out over by the hamster cages because he has the most gerbils. The gerbil cages because they have the most interesting. It's like watching a daytime soap opera.
It's very true.
I love it.
Yeah, you have to watch out for the gerbils eating the baby gerbils. And it's just this big deal.
Yeah.
And Harry and Gary and Mary are in a love triangle right now, and it's just, kind of crazy. So where's Eunice?
Telemundo.
Yeah.
Eunice likes to sit by the window
Oh, okay.
and dream of flying.
Oh, okay. Dream of fly. Yeah. But right now, there's something outside the window.
I know. So she warns everyone whenever the hands start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you trumpet, or do you have a trumpet call specifically?
Yeah, with my horn.
Yeah. So you're kind of trumpeting all night, sort of but quiet enough so that Billy doesn't wake up.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So, BB-8 and Inky, where do you eat?
I think Inky's on the high dresser, just hanging out, sitting there.
Okay.
Kind of keeping the lay of the land.
All right. BB-8 could be in bed with.
Yeah.
you know, Bill.
Yeah, I see BB-8 sitting in between the edge of the bed and Billy, just sentinel, standing watch.
I think BB-8 right now is Billy's favorite toy.
I think
Oh, yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got her
Okay.
into all the robotics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I think Billy was into robotics, but because of that, BB-8, it was her
Very
Christmas
special,
present
yeah.
or birthday
it's her
present.
current passion.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So it's raining outside. The thing's at the window. And
Definitely didn't walk through Costco as a 30-something-year-old adult hugging her very own stuffed BB-8.
hey, I have a
Nope.
Bulbasaur.
With her mom, and her mom's like, really?
I don't understand.
No personal experience
How
there
old
at
you need a
all.
stuffed animal? Yes, I need BB-8. I need it.
You let me live my life. You live yours.
You do you. You do you.
So,
You're wonderful.
Roland, you hear Harry, Gary, and Mary discussing their current love triangle. But then they happen to mention that Barry is missing. And no one's known where Barry has been for the last couple days. Barry is one of the older gerbils. Like, Barry is one of the oldest gerbils, I should say. And so Barry is the one that I think...
Barry is out of the closet.
Yes, but also Barry is the one that, like, figured out how to escape from the gerbil habitat. And so...
The sage gerbil.
He's this, yes, Barry is the sage gerbil.
That's awesome.
But normally when Barry escapes, the other gerbils know where Barry is. But no one knows where Barry is right now. And it's become more of a concern in the last couple days.
Well, that's concerning, because without them escaping all the time, they get a little boring and a little cooped up, and they start gnawing on each other more. It gets a little gross.
Yeah.
We're going to protect Billy by go finding Bobby, or
Barry.
Barry.
There's a lot.
They're all Aries.
There are a lot of bees.
All the gerbils are Aries.
Right.
Barry was the first one, obviously, because it's a bee. But, you know.
Is there a war-loving gerbil named Aries?
Probably.
This is also the astrological sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm gonna go over and try and go over to the rat hole.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna start knocking on the rat hole, see if I can get the attention of the rats admin to see if they've scored any kills or anything.
So, in Billy's room, underneath the desk, there is, this is an older house, and there are a number of electrical outlets, but some of them aren't connected to anything anymore. And you know that there's one that was really old that just kind of sits there, and it only has one screw in the plate, and the rats will push it open, and it swings and whatnot, but it's under the desk where that glow is coming from. Oh. And, so do you want to try to make your way over there? Because that's, or do you want to, like, collect the other knights and maybe go out to a different room, or?
Well, I think we'll we got Sentinel. We get
Everyone's kind of watching the room right now.
Yeah, I kind of
So I mean, if something terrible happens to you, like you get eaten by the thing that's glowing under the bed, they'll all jump, and maybe try to get your corpse out. Right?
That's good.
We'll give you a good eulogy.
We'll try to save your cords rolling.
I kind of waved to everybody. They say, and kind of like motion towards the under the desk.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Hand signals.
Yeah, like.
Okay. So give me a fear test.
Okay.
This is a very ominous place that glows green.
Right.
And it kind of flashes sometimes.
Yeah.
So you need to roll 2d6.
Okay.
And 5 or 6, you succeed. Now, do you have anything that helps you? Are you?
Woo!
Well,
Flying nuts.
Like the green M&M.
I mean, I can perceive things in the dark.
Okay.
So I have dark senses.
Okay, but this is different, but that's fine. So go ahead and roll the 2d6.
Okay. I got.
Ah, you're fine. You're like, I'll be fine. This is no big deal. It's never attacked anyone before. So you make your way underneath the bed and underneath the table that has all of Billy's stuff on it, all their cool construction stuff.
Yeah.
And you realize that the light is coming from behind this big black obelisk-shaped thing, and it's like this. There's like a solid green light that's glowing intensely, but then there's like this intermittent like blue-green like sort of flashing light. And it's right by the plug. You're going to have to go around the corner of this big black obelisk.
I think I'm going to need some help from some people that know how to deal with this weird stuff.
So Inky's on the bureau. Inky's going to kind of like ink her like... Hi, Roland. What you doing tonight?
I'm looking for Barry.
Barry? He's gone again?
Yeah, but this time nobody knows where he's at. So, but I think I'm going to have to talk to the rats. But first I'm going to have to deal with the thing under the bed. The thing.
Ooh.
So.
Can Inky see what it is? Because Inky's got dark powers?
Oh, you can both see in the dark pretty well, actually. So it's a big black obelisk.
Okay.
It's probably about twice the length of BB, but probably about as tall as BB. And from the back of it, There are wires and dark things extending from it. And there's a solid green light behind it. And then also this like flashing blue-green thing coming from it.
Inky's gonna do this thing where he she suction cups back up to the top of the bed to find BB. Hey, BB. Can you come help us with some wire green technology stuff?
So BB comes down off the bed.
I'm assuming it's just a fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a whoop, boom. And then BB comes around underneath the bed. And BB, next to you, it's a computer case. And clearly it's on and something's happening behind it. So it's no big deal. But there's there's a bunch of wires in the way and it's all dusty. And there's that little panel. So if you want to, you can just like kind of push it out of the way. Although the two of them could fit behind it easily. But you can push it out of the way to make it easier for them to get up to the thing. And maybe one of them could climb on you to access the rat electrical
Rat hole?
Yes, rat hole.
All right.
Thank you, I've lost my words.
All right.
I hate when that happens.
Thanks for checking that out. I have no idea what you're talking about, but and I'm sure the beeps were very yeah.
What do you know? Inky can Inky, because Inky's charismatic, she can understand BB-8's beeps.
Clearly.
Yeah.
So you understand how BB-8 is feeling.
Yes.
There you go.
So you get up to the rat hole.
Yep.
And you slide the cover plate, away. And just as you begin to slide it away, a small spear lurches out and points right at your nose.
Okay.
And you see a rat with red glowing eyes. It's all white. And it says, "Who goes there?"
It's Roland.
Inky.
We've talked before.
And you guys can't understand it. You just hear, "Chip, chip, 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 chip."
But we heard him introduce himself.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, totally. You can totally introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
me too.
And it looks at Roland and goes, "Oh, yes, but you're one of them. I don't know if we can trust you."
No, clearly you can't. But but this listen. I'm just looking for Barry. The gerbil.
Yes, the ancient lord. We seek him too.
Oh, you still seek him. Ah, excellent. That means you haven't got him yet, which is what I wanted to know.
Damn it! I've told you too much. And he like slides the panel shut, and you see his little red eyes like through the really old socket, like peering at you like.
Right.
What they say,
And then the little bottom hole, there's like the spear tip comes out a little bit.
Yeah, I go.
Just the tip.
I just kind of give it a pat. Give the thing a pat. Good job.
And he growls at you a little bit.
Yeah.
Cheeps actually. Yeah.
Was Barry down there rolling?
Careful,
Nope,
the dog's getting close.
Yeah. and they're still looking for him too. So this is gonna get a bigger search. So.
Well, we need a bigger search. We need the big guns. Eunice!
Whoa, Penny.
The dog intermission.
You okay, baby?
I think she was trying to jump up and slid or something.
I think so. I'm not sure what she did.
I'm trying to turn around.
I think she was. I have a very old dog, and she's trying to turn around. And she lost her footing.
Okay. Well, I
intermission from my old
kind of
dog.
come from underneath the desk,
My antique dog.
strutting a little bit more because I faced the giant obelisk.
The giant obelisk and the rats.
And the rats. But like, I wave at Tink and
Eunice.
And come on, everybody. It's
What is that?
meeting time. Meeting time.
What is that, BB?
Swing down. As I
You-
come down, I'm putting away a needle and thread. Oh, I guess I won't be needing
I
this.
slide down and fall into my nuts.
Hold on, guys. What is it,
My
BB?
flying.
Oh.
Exactly flying.
BB-8 thinks
Yeah, you're like, woo!
I believe I can fly. Oh, well, I'm learning to fly.
BB-8 thinks that that Barry must be in Bobby's room because really, Really?
Really?
Dog's wrapped up in the cord.
Oh no!
Hi, yeah.
Aww.
No, it's loose.
It's free.
Is the cord loose too?
It's all right. She maneuvers through here all the time. She'll get it.
BB-8 says
So that's
that
right.
Barry must be in Bobby's room because we have to liberate him. Yeah?
Well, we can go look. We can go look.
I think we should go look. No, these are not for you.
I'm always up for going to the bathroom.
You don't want
Me
nuts.
too.
So, the door to the bathroom is fortunately ajar.
Oh, that's good.
And there's a nightlight that glows
It's so shiny.
in the bathroom, so you can go in there at night and it's not too dark. It is a little dark for the two, but you two are totally fine. It's as bright as day.
Well,
Run it through.
it's clearly a BB-8 nightlight.
Yes, of course it is. It's like a smaller version of you glowing.
Yeah, BB-8 rolls in.
It does nothing. It just sits there, glowing. Let's see though. You do hear as you all roll into the bathroom. You hear a distant, like almost like howling or roaring or some sort of sound. Like a. You're far away, and you realize that something is coming from the heat vent that's in the corner behind the toilet. But then you also realize that sound is actually combined with the running of the water in the toilet itself.
If there's a heat vent right behind the toilet, does that mean you don't walk in the middle of the winter and the toilet seat is freezing cold?
That's brilliant.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's warm.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
Seat warmer.
You can
They
buy
make
them
those.
actually. Yeah. So, the door to to Bobby's room though, is shut. So how are you guys gonna get that door open?
Ooh.
Tinker.
Yeah, I
Tinker.
think I'm up.
All right. So you're gonna try to climb up there and unlock it, maybe,
Yeah,
or
got
open
tail.
it.
I've got 3 hands. I've got 2 hands and a tail.
Use
so
tail.
Fantastic.
I think this will be an easy task.
Give us a roll with advantage, Tinker.
Tinker!
Whoop, whoop.
So you get 3 dice. Hey!
Hey!
First check succeed.
Fantastic. You leap up onto the counter and then across to the shower curtain and then back over to the handle and you grab it. And fortunately, it's one of those lever handles.
There we go.
And just as it starts to fall down, your tail grabs the lock on the door because Billy's been locking the door to Bobby's side in the morning or at night because she doesn't like Bobby coming in at any times. And you unlock the door and then put your weight on the lever and the door clicks open and slides just enough open so you guys can get through. And you leap down, no sweat.
Yes.
It's like you made it look easy. Like
We
BB-8
did
could
make
have done
it
it
look easy.
without trying.
We did make
Nice
it look
move.
easy,
Good
didn't we?
job, Tinker. And
You
and
said moves,
Inky
right?
Inky gives Tinker
No,
like with
something
his
else.
with her
Yeah,
tentacle
I
and
said
his
moves.
tail.
Yeah.
What's your
He gives him a high 8.
Woo! Hi, Horn.
Now, Bobby's room is a little bit warmer than the bathroom and Billy's room. And strangely enough, well, not strangely, but there's also a window on the same side of the house as the thing outside the window. And it's also scratching in Bobby's room. And there's, it looks like maybe Mom or Dad were in the room a little while back because there's the rocking chair in the corner and maybe they were up, like maybe Bobby woke up earlier or something. You're not quite sure. You didn't hear anything. But then again, the sound of the furnace and the running of the toilet, and the space between the two rooms kind of insulates you from that. But Bobby's door is open slightly. And you can see Bobby up in their crib bed, sleeping soundly, and a small collection of little animals there in the corner near Bobby. One of them looks like a Cthulhu, which is kind of odd. But
One of your cousins, Inky?
it's got Cthulhu fangs, and it's
Little baby
Maybe trying to
Cthulhu,
escape
huh?
Bobby's terrorism.
who knows?
Or maybe he's casting insanity throughout.
But
Maybe it's
you see over in the corner that there's a toy chest, and it's open, and there's still some toys scattered around the toy chest, and even underneath the bed are some toys as well. So yeah, if you guys want to look around the room, or maybe try to talk to some of the toys, maybe, or climb up into the crib and talk to some of those.
So Inky, she's gonna again use her suction cup power to go up the side of the crib, the leg of the crib, and just kind of peer over just above the mattress between the bars by the animals and says, "Hi guys, I'm Inky. We're looking for Barry the gerbil. Have you guys seen him?"
And they all kind of like are just kind of sitting there, and then the Cthulhu turns its head and looks at you. Oh, hello. It waves one of its tentacles at you. And then it walks over. Greetings, fellow cephalopod. I am the great Cthulhu. Are you one of the knights?
I am. It's our job we're tasked with protecting Billy.
I see. We are, of course, to take care of the young human Bobby. And you were looking for Billy?
Barry.
We are looking for Barry.
Is there a third child amongst these people?
Roland.
Maybe.
Blows down. How would you describe Barry?
Gerbil.
Gerbil.
Small gerbil.
Small gerbil.
Is that like a Shogoth?
I climb up.
Ah, greetings, monster!
Rah.
Hold on, what is that, BB-8? Well, we have to find Barry.
Maybe.
Barry is not a Shogoth. He is a...
Migo?
Nope.
Oh.
This is more of an earth creature.
Oh.
I'm gonna climb up there. He looks like me, but if I was like this.
That is truly a strange creature. And what are you? You're so furry. You look almost like one of those humans.
Distant cousins.
I see.
He's just a furry human, that's all. I'm just gonna fly up there and then flop down.
He's about the...
You too have wings. It is good to meet you.
And they're about as useful, too.
I'm still on the floor.
BB, I don't think it's
We're
very
looking for-
diplomatically sound to just ask them if they need to be liberated.
The Cthulhu sticks its head like between the bars and like its head pops back out. Who are you, round thing?
This is BB-8.
I see.
He's our rebel.
Hmm.
He's Billy's favorite.
Oh, I see. Very well. But you are looking for this thing called Barry?
Barry.
He's about this big. And he puts his...
That's fantastic. He's about how big?
How about this big? About this big, about this... He's a furry thing about that big.
Well, we have this bear thing over here. Is that who you're speaking of? And a bear comes like kind of like walking out, rubbing his eyes, and going, "Hi, I'm Barry, B-E-A-R-Y. Is that yeah? Are you looking for me?
No, we're looking for a gerbil, not a bear.
I might be.
Hey, hi.
You want some tail?
Bears.
Oh my.
Later.
Okay. I've a gerbil.
Just completely changed.
Yeah.
Looks more like this one.
Oh, okay. I've seen gerbils before.
Mm-hmm. They're all over the place.
They
But
are.
smaller.
Yes. Great Cthulhu. I will speak to them now. You can go back to your eternal watch. Thank you. And he walks back to the corner of the bed as if he is pounding upon the very earth, crushing cities as he goes. Yes. There's a Harry and Mary that I've met.
Yes.
That are gerbils. Yes.
Yes, and he looks out at BB-8. Oh, it's that one. We will be careful. But, okay, I will help you. Just keep the robot out from bothering us.
BB-8 won't do anything to you. BB-8's our friend.
Oh, that is good. Yes, of course. Yes, well, I've never met Barry, but I have seen many gerbils downstairs. They like to go, to that, the small the terrier, I think is what it's called, and eat its food.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
So I would check there. That's where I saw it last.
Right.
I was in the high chair with Bobby, and that's where we noticed.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Barry, I'm
Yes?
supposed to ask you, do you need liberation?
Oh,
My friend BB-8 would like to assist you.
well, there are the bars here. If we could figure out how to get the bars down, that would be truly a great help. BB-8, if you could help us with the bars, we would be very grateful.
I do have plus to tools.
Fantastic. So roll advantage to try to figure out how to lower
That's
3
advantage
dice.
is 3.
Yep. To lower the bars on the crib.
Oh, no.
What did you get? 1, 1, and what?
3.
So you realize the mechanism for how to do it, but it's at the very top edge of the crib, and it takes 2 hands at the same time to squeeze on the sides of the bars to be able to loosen it and lower it. But it's it's kind of, to you, it's about as complicated as like launching a nuclear missile. It's no big deal, but it does take 2 people up there in each corner.
Do we want to unleash the Bobby, though? I mean,
Yes.
All right.
Barry, do you know how to get to the dog bed? Dog bed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to get to the dog bed?
Oh, well, the dog bed is in the basement, but I mean the food. Yeah, Benji is his food's in the kitchen, near the basement door.
All right.
Not the basement.
Oh.
I've never been in the basement though, but I just heard.
All right. Well, sure. We're already up here. Let's see if we can open these bars enough to help our friend here.
Yay, liberation!
Viva la revolution!
Viva! So, who wants to try? It's gonna be 2 people doing tests.
Right.
Who wants to try to open the thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Tinker would probably be great for that.
Tinker is just trying to get into good graces.
We could get some Elapegacorn acrobatics.
Yeah,
going.
Elapegacorn I think would be the other
Yeah,
one.
because I was like,
Cthulhu to the monster outside the window. He's a bad toy.
So, both of you have acrobatics. So let's roll 3 dice each of you, and you both need 1 success. Obviously, 1 success to unlock at the same time, so that the bars will come down. So whoever wants to roll first.
You go first.
My friends will help you, Barry.
Thank you so much. Yay, you did.
Ah,
All right, Tinker.
We got one side down.
one side,
Well, 1 side unlocked, but if they're not both unlocked,
and we're screwed.
then it's gonna get like, oh,
Yeah.
BB-8's like, I'll cheer him.
yeah, BB-8's cheering, and the crib bars fall rather quickly and slam into the ground right in front of BB-8. And now the crib bars, the top of them are level with the bed, and Bobby stirs.
Bobby stirs, BB.
Uh-oh.
And all of Bobby's Nighty Knights cheer. Yay! And they play like a song, and they're like playing.
Shh! You don't want to wake him up.
And Barry is drumming on helmets.
And, yep.
And they're having a fantastic time. And Bobby is stirring a little bit. What do you guys want to do? Great Cthulhu walks. And he comes walking like slowly, like a toddler, but also like a terrible monster crushing cities.
Quick,
let's
everyone.
get out of here.
Quick, everybody, get out of here.
Let's get back through the bathroom door and
Yeah.
lock it.
So Billy doesn't get blamed.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much you can do about that.
Come, new friends. Join us in Billy's room.
Vive la revolution!
We need to secure the area here first. So, have fun.
Yep.
We're going to talk to the other toys in here.
Okay.
Dropping it out.
Fly! I believe I can fly.
So Eunice leaps off of the side of the bed
You know we're not supposed to play with fire.
and lands about halfway. Yeah. You guys make your way into the bathroom. Tinker, you close the door and you're able to climb up and lock it. And now you're in the bathroom. And what are you guys going to do now? You hear the moaning of the wind through the laundry chute, and the moaning of the heat exchange furnace in the vent, and the running of the water in the toilet. It's kind of a creepy place here.
It is creepy.
And there's a little window in the shower, one of those little small slide open windows, and you can see the fingers at the window.
The finger eye.
The thing outside the window.
How's the best way to get to the kitchen?
Well, it's out in the hallway. You go out in the hallway and down. And
Fastest way is through the basement.
Well, no, because the basement.
Go down to the basement.
You
and
have to
back
go
up.
through the
Yeah,
kitchen.
through the laundry
Oh, we
chute.
should go through the laundry chute.
Mm-hmm. That's the fastest way if you fly.
Roger. Having too much fun with this app.
Well, we can go through the laundry chute, but that means we'd have to go buy the dog bed as opposed to and have to deal with him. So I think we should go through the hall and go around to see if we can find him in the kitchen.
It'll take longer. Might get caught.
You know the drill. When they start coming your way, you drop to the ground.
But what if Benji sees us first?
Yeah, what about
then
Benji?
we run away to fight another day.
I will bonk him on the nose. I ain't afraid of no dog. Bring him on.
You'll make him drop dead like earlier.
So what are you guys going to do?
BB-8 once says we should attack.
Alright, we're going down the hall. This is why all the toys are afraid of you, BB-8.
So you guys are going to go through the vent, or through the laundry chute, or out in the hallway, down the stairs, and into the kitchen?
Hallway.
Okay. You roll out of Billy's bathroom, and then out the door into the hallway, and it's kind of dark in here. But fortunately, we have Inky and Roland who can.
Inky's on BB-8's head.
So you can make your way through the dark hallway and come to the stairs and begin making your way down the stairs. Actually, but though, right before you go down the stairs, you come by the door, which is the door to the parents' room, and it's slightly ajar. And you look in, and there's a old wooden kind of dresser with a mirror behind it, and sitting right next to the mirror is what appears to be an ancient rabbit that's missing one of its eyes. It's very matted. It's kind of just leaning up against the mirror. You guys have never seen this rabbit before.
Hey guys, look, another friend in there.
He's like, let's go meet him.
Let's go meet him. Inky wants to be friends with everybody.
It's just a rabbit.
I think Inky is a little too friendly.
Yeah, it's quite possible.
I mean, we could maybe send one of us in there to talk, but I think we should maybe
Send Roland.
I vote Roland.
I vote Roland.
Thanks.
Not me. Not me.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, everybody. All right.
And Inky loudly's like, "Hi, new friend," and then shh.
The rabbit's head turns slightly to look at all of you.
Ah,
With
that
one
just
eye.
sounds freaky.
$12.99.
I haven't even turned.
The TV's on in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah. I I will sneak my way through into the.
Give me a sneak check.
All right.
Sneaky, sneak, sharp, pointy teeth.
That's right.
Does small have an advantage on?
Yes, it does.
Awesome.
Ooh.
4.
4. Okay. So you make your way into the room.
Yep.
And you climb up the dresser. There's handles every drawer, so it's very easy to climb up. It's almost like a ladder for you. And when you reach the top, it's very polished, this dresser. And there's like a doily, like a white lace doily nearby. And it's kind of like a little hard to get up. But you scramble up on the top, and then the doily's a little bit out of place. And the rabbit is just sitting there staring at you with its one eye.
Hello.
Good eye.
Greetings. Who might you?
I am Roland.
Are you a monster? Or are you a friend?
I'm a friend, but I came from monsters.
Is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
Blue, no yellow. I don't know. So, I see. Why have you come to disturb me?
I apologize for disturbing you, but we're looking for Barry the Gerbil. He has escaped from Bobby's room, or Billy's room.
Again. I see.
Yes, but this time
Everyone
nobody knows.
It's very ancient, okay?
Yeah. I'm trying to do a monster voice, so it's.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But his family doesn't know where he's at. Normally, they know he's escaped and where he's gone. So there is a concern that. I've already talked to the rats. The rats don't know where he's at.
Unless he's run off with a female rat.
Totally.
Did you see that she hit the
I did, yeah. Correcting that out. We're going to go forward.
Yes.
He is not escaped as normal.
Yes.
He has been taken to the darkness.
Ooh.
From the background.
Deep within
I'd rather have him be with a female rat.
the basements.
Oh, I see.
I hear there are dark alchemies at work there.
Alchemies?
He said alchemies, yeah.
Alchemies.
What the fuck's an alchemy?
Well.
That's the equivalent of you pulling a knife.
Thanks for. Did you say what your name was?
I am Val.
Val.
As in Kilmer?
Val the team.
Oh, the rabbit.
Yeah.
I get it.
Thanks. Thanks for your help, Val. It seems like you got a pretty cushy job here.
My watch has not ended.
Yes.
So clearly Val's a Nighty Knight.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's still watching one of the parents, obviously.
I'm not gonna stroll on up now that I know it's safe. Yeah, if you ever want to fix like all of this, that's kind of a thing. We get you another one of those. Balance out that facial structure.
He kind of sniffs at you. I wear my scars proudly.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Here's my card.
He looks at your card and is like,
It's literally just like scribbles on it.
yeah, it's clearly like a piece of paper with like some cartoon.
What is this
like
monkey
crayon.
scratch?
Yeah. I will keep your offer in mind.
Yeah, half off. Oh wait, I didn't mean. Bye.
All right. Thanks. And he goes over the side.
Yeah. So you guys are back in the hallway at the head of the stairs.
And Nikki goes, bye! We'll see you later, Val.
Val just kind of looks at Nikki like, Okay. Val's clearly not one for humor or friendliness or anything like that. The dog off camera is having fun.
We're
Okay.
really enjoying the dog off camera.
So what do you guys want to do now? What are you guys going to do now?
Inky, I want to see if Inky in the dark can, because just kind of looking over the stairs and the banister, if he can see.
You can see just a little bit into the kitchen.
If I see Benji anywhere.
You don't see Benji anywhere.
He's usually at this time. He's usually sleeping in his bed. We could avoid by using the chute, but the chute is fraught with, it could. We don't know what's at the end of the chute. We can see our way down the stairs, so
Yeah,
we
there's
can
all
go
sorts of
down
stuff in the chute.
down the chute or down the stairs.
You don't hear or see Benji anywhere. So he
Oh.
might be on the basement stairs sleeping, or he might be somewhere else.
Well, we're here now, guys.
All right, let's go.
So you guys make your way down the stairs and into the kitchen. I'd like everyone to make a stealth check.
Ooh.
So 2 of you, I think, are good at that, and the rest, everyone else, should be rolling 2d6.
I'm not stealthy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I Roland and
I'm stealthy. Am I stealthy?
no, I don't think you are.
I'm a
You-
9.
you
I got
did.
9.
Well, you don't add them together. You just need a 5 or a
You have
6.
Oh,
So you got a 6, so you did it.
I did.
All right. So let's go around. Inky, are you small?
Inky's small.
So you get to advantage. So roll 3.
And I just want to say that I can just imagine them going down the stairs and BB-8, like every stair being like, boom,
Boom, boom,
Yeah.
like, boom, boom.
Well, we'll see when the stealth checks fails.
Yeah. So you get to roll 3.
Okay.
Oh, you already did it.
Do we
Good
want
job.
to just let them go first and scout ahead to let us know how stealthy we need to be?
It looks like
I'm
everyone else
sliding
is already
down
going.
the stairs.
Let's just go.
Oh, you made it.
Oh,
And
nice.
you like, yeah.
You have
Alright,
disadvantage
BB-8.
on
You just like slid down the
As
banister.
I said,
Good backflip.
why don't you 2 scout ahead before the noisy ones go?
They went. But you can roll, or you can wait if you want.
What do you think?
Go.
Just
Just
go?
go.
Just go.
Just go. It's okay. We got you.
Hey, you
Yeah, we had your back.
It's quiet thumps.
Yes.
We are made of flesh.
There we go.
Everyone made it. Fantastic. Make your way into the
Okay.
kitchen.
Have fun.
There's a
Have fun. Oh.
you can hear a clock coming from the hallway near the stairs. It's an old cuckoo clock, but it's ticking. And the red glow of the microwave light is glowing out over the kitchen. Give it some light, and you can hear the fridge humming. And next to the counter, there's a doggy door that leads outside, and then there's right next to it is like a little mat on the ground with a double dog food water bowl sort of combo right there. Clearly Benji's food and water. And then you look up, and there, the windows overlooking the sink, the giant tree, the thing outside the window. And if you went out the dog door, it'd be right there.
Oh, no.
But the rain is kind of like smearing the window, so it's kind of hard to see it clearly. And it looks like there's leering faces looking at you into the kitchen.
Whoa.
And then off to the other side is a doorway with a dog door in that. And you know that is the doorway to the basement.
I want to check the dog food to see if there are any gerbils over there first before going downstairs in case there's new news.
Yep. And I can't see in the dark, so I'm not gonna be able to tell the difference between dog food and rat droppings.
Well, it's bright enough with the light that
Oh.
you guys can make out your general way.
Okay.
Yeah. And the light from outside and everything like that. You make your way over to the dog food bowl, and just as you lean in to look at the dog food, something like a net comes flying down towards you. Give me like a evade.
Okay.
So you're gonna roll normally 2d6, but if you have
I'm small, right?
Yes, so that'll help you.
Right. Or yeah, that's advantage, right?
Yep.
4s.
Okay, a net lands on top of you.
Oh no!
And
Is it just him?
just him, yeah.
Because he's scouting.
Yeah. And you see what appear to be dark gray, black, and white shapes leap down from the countertop above, and they all appear to have small spears or weapons of some sort.
Oh no!
They begin poking at you, and you feel the number 2 pencils poking in at your sides. And you're trapped, and you're surrounded by red, beady eyes.
Stop, or I'll unleash my dragoon.
Oh no!
They pause for a moment, and they talk amongst themselves. All you 4 here are cheeps and chirps and it appears to be a group of rats have captured Roland.
Oh no! Rats!
And they're talking amongst themselves. Who is he? What is a dragoon? I don't know. Is he a gerbil?
I'm not a gerbil. I'm a Nighty Knight. I'm to protect the one they call Billy. We are merely looking for one of the gerbils right now.
Are you allied with the gerbils? One of them says. Who's bigger than the others?
We are neutral, although they are very entertaining. So.
What do the 4 of you guys do? You come over to help Roland, or
Yes.
you stay there and watch?
I'm just gonna stroll up, scoop up a handful of kibble, and start just munching on it.
I offer BB that R2D2 saw from the
Yeah.
trap.
So it comes out. Yeah.
Inky per usual.
They all.
Hi guys.
All the rats like back away because BB-8 and Eunice are just so huge. They're like,
I'm gonna fly and flip over.
and you land and kind of knock some of the rats out of
Yeah.
the way.
And
And
we're
they all
like,
scurry back to the corner of the room.
Flip me a cookie.
And they hold their number 2 pencils out towards you. One of them actually has what appears to be
One in the kitchen.
a paper clip that they've unwound and kind of rewound into like a sword.
Ooh, that looks dangerous.
It could
You
totally
should
poke right through your fluff.
You should put that down. It looks dangerous.
All right. So can I get the net off of me so I can...
Yeah, BB-8 helps you cut the
Cut
net
through it.
and you climb out.
Which is really, it's like a fish net.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
We're in the kitchen. It was the netting that was like around the.
It was like a
onions.
fruit net. Yeah, it was a fruit net. Yeah.
Fruit.
Yeah.
All right.
They repurposed
Looks like
it.
an elephant,
It does.
not a penis.
That is a ridiculously frightening penis.
Yeah.
I said that yesterday too.
Oh, it's a candle.
Yeah, it's a candle. I said I was.
What is it?
Is that
I said I was.
Yeah.
I
On the
said
tip,
I was
I mean-
making penises.
Can I have a cookie too?
On that note.
All right. So.
So back to the game. So we have 4 rats in the corner. They're trapped like rats in a corner. And there's the 5 of you. And what do you guys want to say to them? What do you?
I'm Inky in her usual friendly. Hold on, BB-8. Hold on. Hello, rats. We are Nighty Knights, charged with protecting Billy. But tonight we are looking for Barry, the gerbil. Have you seen him?
We were hunting him, but we did not find him. Only your little monster friend over there with his
right.
dragoon.
That's Roland.
Beware the dragoon. Beware.
Careful.
They still have their spears and swords up.
Careful, I'm horny.
Oh my gosh, you're correct. I'm so sorry. They just chirp at you. You're talking at them, but they respond. But let's.
He's interpreting.
You're interpreting. Roland is interpreting.
Yeah.
What'd they say, Ron?
They were looking for him too and haven't found him. Apparently, yeah. No, Barry is the leader, so I can understand why they're looking for him. Yeah. So, he says to the rats, we can just, we can part ways now. You can go back to your warrens, and we won't have to rumble. But if we have to rumble, have to throw down...
You had to dance?
Then...
Dance off!
Dance off!
Cue ABBA.
Then what? What is it?
Then you will be banished outside.
No,
Can you do that?
We
Roland.
can.
I'm just gonna start tapping my wand menacingly.
Like in the palm of your hand.
BB-8 goes over to the computer and pulls up Google's exterminator.
Ooh, fine. You win this time, Roland. But we will have the last word. And the rats scurry away really quickly through another hole in the back of the counter.
Yeah. All right. Those guys are gonna have to fight. Anyway, let's go. There's nothing. There's no one else. Did we accidentally save a gerbil behind the
No,
kills?
there's nothing there.
Okay.
So is
Alright.
Barry in the
Nothing
basement?
here.
That's what the rabbit said.
That's what.
And we still haven't encountered Benji.
No, you haven't encountered Benji yet.
Yeah. So I think we need to like look
He's
into
curled up in front of the furnace.
So before we head downstairs, I love Billy just as next as the rest of you. But do we really care about Barry? I really.
Barry was Billy's first gerbil.
Yeah.
Roland, of course, is telling
She
us
cried
this.
herself to sleep.
Yeah. If he goes missing and doesn't come back.
We better find Barry.
I'm just worried that we go through this. You guys know what's behind this door.
Do I have a scalpel in my bottomless backpack?
Of course.
After we find Benji.
Yeah.
But it's
I
a
thought
nice,
they
it's
smelled
like a
good.
plastic. It's a plastic knife.
On the outside.
Oh. It's warm down there, not cold. Anyways.
Yeah, I was gonna say. It is our job.
I can fly! I can fly! I can fly! I believe it.
It's.
Who was the basement delver? Was that you? Yeah, okay.
Me too.
It's
Oh, that's
our-
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our job as Nighty Knights to do the things that Billy cannot, and to protect her. And this is important to make sure that Barry makes it back, or Billy will be very sad, and we will all be very sad for a long time.
And I'm horny.
Yes.
That's not helping.
What? It means
Eunice.
I'm ready for a fight. Let's go to the basement.
Look, do I have to get the flag out and put the helmet on, or can we just...
Let's
Crackling
go!
noises. Ha!
You make your way to the door of the basement.
I'm ready!
And there's a doggy door, so you could just push right through it. There's like a little magnetic flap at the bottom to kind of keep it shut.
Side note, I actually had a dog that figured out the handle doors. She actually easily figured out how to jump up, open the handle,
Instead
and
of the dog
walk
door?
in on me on the toilet.
Oh,
No, that's always
Penny,
great, yeah.
Penny can open doors.
Or wherever I was.
Yeah.
Had to lock. We actually, she locked
lucky
herself in the garage once. Like the heavy garage door. Yeah.
Yeah.
We hear scratching and we're like, where's Lucky?
No.
Yeah.
So maybe Benji locked himself in the basement. Oh, no.
No, there's a doggy door.
Doggy door.
So, as you
That's
push
not
the doggy door
I
open,
can fly!
as you push the doggy door open, you feel like it's just slightly warmer air pushing through as you open it up.
So
From the
he
kitchen. The
said-
kitchen's a little cold, but the air coming from the basement is warm. And you hear from the vent that's right next to you the sound of the burning of the furnace.
Do we all make it through the doggy door?
Yeah, you can all make it through the dog door, no
You don't
test.
get stuck.
No, you like squeeze.
Even BB-8 made it?
Oh, well, actually, you would probably be able to make it through. BB-8 is probably stuck.
we're gonna do the Pooh Bear with the honey.
Right.
Exactly. I was gonna say all of you like smash down on BB-8.
Am I the last, or is there someone behind me who can try and push?
I
You're
can push
probably-
her in my horn.
Unit.
I'm gonna be on the inside pulling on the head.
Yeah.
Sure.
Let me push my horn. Let me push my horn.
It takes you guys a little while, but BB-8 finally pops through. BB-8, give me a roll. Give me a regular roll, 2d6. We're gonna see what happens to BB-8 as they pop through the door. Oh! You go flying and bouncing down the stairs in the dark, and then you land on something soft. It's nice and soft.
Was it
Have a nice
mushy
trip.
soft or like good,
See you
gushy
next
soft?
Like like
Like Benji soft?
like Benji soft. And then you realize that you're in a dog bed, and there's a small terrier, and it's just opened its eyes, and it's like.
If you don't move, it can't see you.
That might be something
As I
else.
turn to the dog and say,
Growl back electronically.
Benji is
it's Benji!
growls electronically.
yeah, growls electronically. That's the subtitle. And Benji is staring at you, and you're staring at Benji, and it's
We
this
do
kind of
have
this.
closed captioning for those who need it.
They kind of stare. You just kind of stare at each other, and Benji hasn't moved yet. So what are the rest of you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna
Take
quickly.
advantage of the stare down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
Quickly
to
move down.
fly! I believe I can fly down the stairs!
Give me a roll with 3d6. Oh!
Oh, I'm going to tumble!
As you're staring deep into Benji's eyes and trying to keep Benji occupied while the rest of the group goes down the stairs, Eunice comes flying in like a torpedo, bounces off of BB-8, and lands right on top of Benji's head. And Benji leaps up and knocks Eunice sideways and starts barking a little, like, and like is on all fours now, like that whole like guard stance, looking around, wondering what happened. And Eunice is sitting in the corner of the dog bed behind Benji, and he is not sure what that was, but it was definitely
Which way did he
dangerous.
go? Which way did he
And now
go?
he's looking at you, BB-8, again, like, what happened? What happened? What?
Did you see Benji?
What? So what are the rest of you guys
Did
going
we
to do?
establish what kind of dog Benji is?
He's a terrier. Like the original
Like
Benji.
Benji.
Okay.
Yeah.
That eats
Because
stuffed
you say
animals.
terrier, and it could be anything between a Yorkie and
Oh, that's
a
true. Yeah, he
Staffordshire.
was a.
He's probably
he was
a large-
Yorkshire Terrier.
He's probably a large Yorkshire Terrier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not like a teacup or a small one, but like.
More like a Cairn Terrier.
Well, that's they're
He's
a typical Yorkshire Terrier, like an actual
Not plaid pajamas.
standard, is the same size as a Cairn. So they're about
I'm gonna be like, is there some way across like the ceiling?
Eunice.
There are open wood boards.
Right.
What?
Is
You
there
know,
maybe
Your
some
hands.
electrical cords or
There
something.
is
Your
a
hands?
white string hanging down with a little knot at the end that you could probably grab.
Yes, running for that. Gonna try and
Sure.
stay high.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna try to stay high. That
Can try to stay as high as I can.
that works better if you use read.
What did you get? I didn't see the code.
Nothing.
Okay, well, you run, you leap out for it, you grab it. It's fantastic. You're swinging like, that Spider-Man cartoon that Billy likes to watch. And as you swing down and come around the corner, suddenly it jerks a little bit and you hear a click and everything is bright. And you let go in surprise and tumble down to the bottom of the steps.
Okay.
And now the light is on.
Are you gonna fall on my head?
And Benji is like,
No, you're over here
Whoop!
on your side. BB-8
and you
is
all,
front.
and Benji can see all of you now. And
No, now I'm off cam. There.
and Benji attacks.
There you go.
Oh no.
Oh no!
So the way we do initiative is a little different. We do add initiative dice together, so everyone rolls 2 dice. So go ahead and let's go around really quick and roll initiative.
Okay. You die. 2.
Heidi.
Yep.
Heidi got
6.
Okay.
What is this initiative to attack?
This is for the fight. Yeah.
7.
Okay, because I have extra to knowledge and fear.
Inky
and
got
perception
7.
Okay.
And tool.
8.
8.
That works. 6, 7, 8.
Tinker.
9.
4.
That would have been great.
3.
3. We're going back down.
All right. Roll 2 dice for Benji, please.
Roll low.
6.
6.
Okay, but Knights go first. So.
Yeah, Knights go first.
And yes, we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tinker, you were close to the light, and you kind of realized what was happening, and you fall and you land on the bottom of the stairs. What do you want to do right now?
First, I'm gonna yell parkour as I whip around with my wand held firmly in my tail and take a swipe at Benji's nose. Bad
Okay.
dog.
So the way combat works is everyone gets to move and do 2 actions.
Okay.
And when you move 1 range. You move like from close to near to far, sort of thing. And right now, I think you're near, so you can like parkour up the stairs, like the monkey you are.
Yep.
And then you have 2 actions. So go ahead and roll your attack with the wand on Benji.
All right.
You're gonna roll 3d6 for that. Because it is your thing that you do. Oh, well there, it's fine. There was a 6 and then it got turned. So you hit him right on the nose, and he jumps back and goes, bonk, and you bonk him on the nose. Are you going to try to do that again, or?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Okay.
You know what? Actually, no. I'm going to get out of range.
Okay.
I've done my damage, so I'm going to backflip backwards.
Okay, and kind of climb up on the wall or something.
Yeah.
Is there a railing on the stairs?
There isn't a railing, but there are exposed, unfinished framing.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna spider between them.
Okay, that's fantastic.
That was awesome.
Inky, what are you gonna do?
So Inky's still at the top of the stairs, but Inky knows that Benji doesn't like water.
This is true.
And so there's the little tap that Inky sees for the little for the laundry. What's it called? The washer dryer.
Yeah.
So Inky uses her squid powers to kind of
get up there
to the washing machine, and she's gonna attempt to turn the water on to spray him.
So there's a water line running through the framing. And there's a place where you can disconnect it. Is that what you're saying? Okay. All right. So let's have you roll to get up there, and then to disconnect it.
Okay.
So the first one we're gonna have you roll advantage on, and then the next one to disconnect it, because it's a mechanical thing. You're gonna be rolling with disadvantage.
Okay.
Now, if only BB-8 could get up there, BB-8 could totally figure out how to.
Okay, I got up there.
You're right up there. Okay, now roll 1 die.
1 die. I'm going for the 6, guys.
Yes. Hey! You want to do it? It's much easier than you thought. It just was a pop out.
Yeah. Inky just lands on it and it pops off.
Yeah, and the water begins spraying down at Benji, and Benji yelps, and BB-8 and Eunice, I'd like you both to roll acrobatics.
Like you just did.
I get 3 for acrobatics, right?
You do, and BB-8 gets 2.
Ooh. 4, 3, 2.
Okay. 4, 2. Okay, so Benji is super surprised and scared by the water that's spraying down. Both of you get a little bit wet, and Benji knocks you both over, and you go both falling down the stairs. Whoa! And you both take a point of damage as you get the stuffing knocked out of you a little bit. And Benji runs upstairs through the doggy door out of the way.
Okay.
But you do hear him yipping a little bit as he goes away. So he might be going to wake someone up.
Uh-oh.
Right.
So you don't have a lot of time.
Okay.
Well, what?
Alright, well, can I use my action for... Well, you go first.
No.
Benji's gone, so we're out of combat.
Well, I was going to perception, see if I can do anything that would shut Benji up, see if I can find anything, see if there's a crate or... I was originally going to go for a leash, but we already got rid of him.
Yeah.
I was smart.
So, I mean, if you want to go running after him, but you'd have to get through the doggy door again, and then I'll have to push
and back
you
up the stairs. I'm pretty slow on stairs.
You are.
Okay.
But
well, then let's go... Well,
do you want to look around the...
I was going to say perception to environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go ahead, give me a roll to look down around the
fear.
basement.
I have fear and knowledge and lack of fear and knowledge in the basement.
Yes.
Can I use both?
Well, you already have advantage, so fantastic.
5.
Okay, so you look around the basement. At the bottom of the stairs, right in front of you, is a washer dryer, and there's a tub for laundry, a laundry sink, and there's several baskets full of laundry, and then back around the corner, it's kind of a square, but the stairs come down in the middle. Back to your left, there's a pile of boxes, old moldy boxes, kind of all just piled on top of each other. And then to the right, back around behind the stairs, there's an orange glow, and to you it's a furnace, but it is glowing menacingly. And you notice right by the furnace that the door to the furnace is open, and there's fire in there, and then there's some dark, weird shapes that seem to be moving around, around the base of the furnace.
Uh-oh.
So there's something over there. But you're not sure what. And then you see, which shouldn't be there, like an old door with like a stone archway. And this is the basement is like cinder block. And this is like fitted stone over like a curved door.
Is it a portal to another dimension?
Very could be. Very possibly could
Ellie.
be. And it's got a ring
Eunice.
handle like for the door.
Eunice.
Looks like a dreamland door to me.
Is that where your parents are from? Maybe. That might be. We need to ask Ellie.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
I just heard the gong.
I will. Since I didn't get to do anything, I'll start making my way down the
Totally
stairs. Fine.
He's just like this, like when he runs up past the stairs.
Yeah. No. So, making my way downstairs, and I will. When I get down to the bottom of the stairs, like, I'll summon my dragoon out. Dragoon, and I'll tell him, like, look, I need you to go scout the area with the furnace. It seems like there's something going on there. You can just go take a look and come right back.
And it flies off.
It just
like a flying lizard.
Yep.
And it flies through the darkness and gets close, and you can see.
Eunice looks up longingly.
I know.
And you can see through the eyes of your dragoon.
Her wings like.
And you see close to the furnace what appear to be small tables. And it's like they look like maybe like, how should we describe them? They look like small gnome-like creatures, but not friendly. And they have little caps on their head, like red caps, like a gnome would, but they're like bent over. They're not pointy. And they're working with what looks like peanut butter and doing something with the peanut butter. And then you see that the door is slightly ajar, that strange looking door, and there's a green leery glow coming from it.
Okay.
The evil substance.
Yes. So, all right. So.
And then Dragoon comes back. And
Yep. All right. All right. Yeah. So there are apparently some evil garden gnomes of some stripe, probably from the Dreamlands, because that door was not there last time I was down there.
Yeah, any of you with Basement Delver, that door is not normally there.
So I'm thinking it's time to roll in hard and get on these gnomes, because I suspect they're probably going to try and sacrifice Barry, because that seems like a no good thing, and they seem to be up to no good.
Not good.
So let's go.
Eunice, time for you to roll in hard and get on them gnomes.
Down to get on some gnomes with a horn.
This is like the worst game of telephone ever.
So,
am I really the only one who went there? I didn't say it.
I did.
I got it.
I think we all got it. So,
Gerald in it.
they don't realize that
What his
He's very virtuous.
Like, yeah, you did.
The tail got it.
you're here. So,
I think I have a
you
nut in
guys,
my
the creatures over there don't know that you're here, even though the light came on and whatnot, because they were too close to the furnace. It's too loud. You guys could sneak up on them and attack them if you want, or do you want to just like start yelling and shouting and run straight for
Have
them?
we established that they have evil intent?
Yes.
They're working with peanut butter,
Okay, yes.
and they don't look
Evil
like
intent.
good gnomes. They look like evil gnomes
They got sticky
side
peanut butter.
hats.
with red hats.
That ain't decent lube at all.
I mean, we can go.
You are a child's
we-
plaything. How do you know about those things?
We can ask them what they're doing.
I am a child's
but
plaything.
We'll see what happens, but it doesn't seem like there's enough of them that we really need.
I am Ellie's daughter.
I can always go say hi. You want me to say hi? I'll say hi.
Yeah. That's everybody hide.
Everybody's high. Oh.
Hide.
No, she said say hi.
I have small
You're gonna go
ears.
say hi?
I'm gonna go say hi.
I have small
Everything's
ears. They
better
went
with a
into
hug.
my wings.
This is true. So, you make your way over through the dark.
Your name should be
The-
Heidi.
The roaring of the furnace gets louder and louder. And you see the table. And it looks like these creatures are like taking the peanut butter out and mixing it in bowls of some substance and then putting it back in.
And you just pass it on the table. It's like,
And they kind of pause and look at you, and what do?
hi. What are they doing? Or I was trying to think. Hi, folks. I'm Inky. I'm a Nighty Knight charged with protecting Billy. We're here seeking Barry. Do you know where Barry's at?
And they're like, get it! Ah!
Yeah.
Who has the educator knowledge?
Me.
Okay,
Ellie.
Eunice, go ahead and give us a roll really quick.
I get to roll.
She's got the knowledge. I've got the common sense.
That's right.
Haha, that happens a lot. How many do I get to roll?
3d6.
3.
Fantastic. So, these aren't garden gnomes. You see as they say, get her, they open their mouths, the hinge all the way back behind their ears.
They're like gargoyles.
And they have giant fangs.
Like snake gnomes.
They're red caps. Their
Red
hats
caps.
are dipped in the blood of those that they eat.
Like the Travelocity gnome.
Okay, well, you all have a good night.
So everyone, roll initiative.
I'm so
You're
gonna
close.
get sued. I'm so gonna get sued for saying that. The Travelocity gnome is evil.
I'm gonna forever see the Travelocity gnome is just a ploy to get you to travel
7
abroad.
for you.
That's right.
2, right? 2 for initiative?
Yeah, everyone roll 2 and add.
I got 7.
I got 7.
I can fly.
I want to use my my rapid,
Or your speed?
to get close.
Okay.
To just protect Inky.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Just still roll 2d6.
9.
9 for
BB.
Okay.
Tinker.
8
Do I still need to roll?
for initiative.
Yep.
10.
You're
All right.
on it.
Yeah. She's gonna finally use her horn.
I did.
Okay,
use
and
my
then roll
horn.
2d6 for me too, please. For the red caps.
For that Travelocity dude.
7. There are 3 of them, by the way.
Ooh.
Okay, so Eunice, you're up
Shatner's
first.
with him.
You realized that they what they were like a split second before everyone else, and that Inky was in mortal danger. So you go running forward. What do you do?
I use myself as a body shield.
Fantastic. Okay. So you move close. You get in the way.
Off her fluffy rear.
That's right. And do you want to attack
touches her
them, or
birthday cap.
are you trying to just defend Inky?
Well, I'm defending Inky as well as using my horn.
Okay, so
I'm
you get 2
charging.
actions.
Yeah.
So let's say the first one you charge and attack one of them, and then your second action you're going to be defending Inky.
Okay.
So you get you and Inky both get like a defensive bonus
Oh,
for
okay.
you doing that. So let's have you roll your attack. Roll 3d6.
Okay.
This stuffed animal says age is coming up. How come Heidi's got one of these?
Ooh.
Because it's physical age.
3, 2, and...
And 1.
Okay, so you go charging forward, and the red cap that you were trying to hit leaps back away from the table and close to the furnace. But you're fortunately able to get between all the other red caps before they can chomp down on Inky.
Oh,
and you're
that's
defending
good.
Inky for now. Okay, so BB-8.
Okay.
That's
You
awesome.
can get right
Don't
there.
wanna get close.
I use the speed first to get right there.
And if you wanted to, you could actually even go through the door.
Figure out how to shut the grate to the furnace.
Yeah, you could totally do that. You know how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like a handle, and you push the thing shut, and then you turn the handle this way.
So I do that.
Yeah, you do that. So you shut the furnace grate, and you're right by the one red cap that is right by the furnace.
Okay.
And it's really hot right here. But you're a robot, so you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't melt. I don't catch fire.
Exactly. No, of course not.
Inky on his horn. You just mounted Inky on his
What
horn.
you talking about?
You
Yeah.
did.
So, what's the other thing that you want to do?
Do
you want to attack one of the red caps? Or do you want to maybe... Oh, I have an idea. Actually, before you close the furnace, do you want to try to knock the red cap into the furnace and then close the door on him? Okay. So roll 2d6 to do that.
I think Barry's missing, guys.
Get it!
And 2 hours later.
So BB-8 comes rolling in super fast, slams into the red cap near the furnace. It goes flying into the furnace flame, and then BB-8 shuts the door, and you just hear a and the furnace goes, and all these flames kind of like leap out, and the whole thing glows and shakes a little bit.
Ain't nothing like
The
no
whole,
bait.
the furniture, the whole house rattles.
Yeah, the whole house rattles.
That's awesome.
So,
no
rolling.
bait.
All right.
Alright,
So
Heidi.
there's 2 of them left, right?
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh my
Tinker.
God.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's fine.
Tinker.
The sloth is
Okay,
trying
so
to tell
one
us
went
Barry's
flying in the
missing.
furnace. Where are the other two at?
Oh, they're on either side
I thought
of
we
the
killed-
table.
Oh no,
Okay.
one has damage and one is dead.
No, one didn't get hit.
Oh, I thought
She missed. She missed it.
Oh,
I missed it.
But she's protecting Inky.
That's the one that you knocked into the furnace.
But I got on
It forced
top
it
of
back
Inky,
towards the
so
furnace.
we're good.
So,
There's one on either side of the table. There's this like kind of long trestle
So
table.
there's 2 left.
Yeah. And there's the
yeah,
door.
there's 2 actions. So I want to pick up a handful of a peanut butter substance. It's like sticky and viscous.
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay. So I want
Yeah,
to pick
it's
up a
not
handful
good
of it.
Might be as a toy smith, you know that it might be dangerous for you to touch it, especially if Billy is allergic to peanut butter.
Right.
Yeah.
But there are jars and bowls of it. So if you wanted to like throw one at him, you could totally do that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk because I know I can fix this on myself. I am
Okay.
a toy smith. I can,
You are a toy smith,
I
yes.
can wash
Still
myself.
get it in your fur.
I'm going to pick up a handful of it, grab a gnome with the same hand, and then try and stick him to the side of the furnace.
Okay.
Use this as some glue.
Yes.
Use some poo fleeing technology.
I am a monkey.
There you go. The
So
poo-fling.
let's give us for the first one. Well, you pick up the stuff, no problem.
Yeah.
But then to stick the gnome or the red cap to the wall, I need you to roll 2d6.
Alrighty.
Oh. So you stick your hand to the wall, you go to grab the red cap, and it bites you. And you take a point of damage.
It bit you.
It bit you on your other hand.
Oh no.
And now it's holding on and going.
Tinker's not gonna stand for that.
Roland, what do you do?
I'm going to run up and the one that the other one that's not being. I'm gonna run up and like whip it with my tail while it's being distracted by the dragoon flying in.
Okay, fantastic.
Whip it real good.
So roll with advantage because it is your main weapon.
5.
Sweet.
Ooh, he did whip it real good. Ha
And you hit it, and it goes tumbling back with like a cut across its face from your mace tail.
Now he's handsome.
Okay, Inky, what are you gonna do, Inky?
Inky's like, you know what? Every time, and Inky goes to like stick one tentacle out to one and grab the other one, and Inky's gonna attempt to like fling them together.
Okay, fantastic.
I love it.
So give me.
Inky's getting hardcore.
Inky tries being nice, but every time they want to start a fight.
So normally you would roll
I love
3d6,
it.
but since you're attacking both of them at the same time,
Okay.
let's just roll 2d6.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, you grab one and you grab but the other one dodges out of the way.
Okay.
But you're holding on to one now. Do you want to try to grab the other one again because you have 2 actions?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll
do it.
Okay, so 2d6 again.
Nope.
Oh, okay. He dodges out of the way, but you're holding on to one of them.
Yep.
Which one did you get a hold of? Did you get a hold of the one that he hit, or the one that he?
I'm gonna go the one that's
Tinker?
biting him.
Yeah.
Yeah, biting him.
Fantastic. Okay, so you got a hold of that one. The red caps.
Spider.
The one that's biting you tries to. Well, it continues to bite you. So it's like gnawing up your arm, and you take another point of damage. And then the other one that was loose. It is going to. Here, roll a d6 for me, Eunice.
Who we get to roll?
Oh,
I rolled it for you.
what was it?
A 1. You should be
Okay.
rolling my die.
So Eunice, one of them tries to attack you. So
Ah!
roll 2d6 for me.
Okay.
See, you're welcome. 6.
Oh, so it hits you. So you take a point of damage.
Oh no!
It bites on your ear. It's like holding onto your ear.
Oh no, not my ear! I try to fly with my ears.
So, oh, but she had a defense. That's right. So actually, re-roll that with 1d6.
Okay.
She was defending, so still a 6. So she still hits. Oh, so it still hits. So it's
Damn.
biting onto your ear. You take 1 point of damage, but it is your turn now,
Oh, good.
and it's right there. You could totally stab it.
Let's stab that bitch.
Okay, so roll 3d6.
Okay.
Looks like an angry old man there.
Damn, red cap.
6.
All right, so you hit it.
Yes.
Good job. And then, do you want to hit it again?
Yes,
But you do 2 points of damage to it.
Impale
'cause-
it on
yeah.
Impale
Hail that
Attack
bitch.
again.
I want to see a red
That
cat just hanging
serve.
down.
Yeah.
And you're gonna wear
Whoa.
a red cap from
That's
your
fine.
horn.
All right, so you hit it again, and you stab it again with your horn over and over, and then finally it just like crumbles into like dust and dream stuff, and it's everywhere. And all that's left is a little red cap.
She wear that now. She'll wear on her horn.
Fits on your horn.
Well, that might turn her into a red cap, but that's for next time.
That's right.
Red cap.
Right.
BB-8, what are you gonna do? There's
So
one
there's
left.
one left.
That's biting on Tinker's arm.
So I have
Just running
plus to
around flailing
tools.
Muppet
Can I
style.
find anything that'll trap this red cap? Can I find like a?
The peanut butter. So you could use the
Yeah,
peanut butter,
I'm
but you're
pretty
better at
leery
it
of-
than.
I'm pretty leery at the peanut butter. I would rather like. Do we have like a pillowcase in the laundry pile or something
totally.
that I can?
Well, you know what you probably have? Something inside of you, because you have the bottomless backpack.
Yeah. Do we
So
want-
what tool do you pull out?
The orange net.
Yeah, the fruit net.
No, I mean BB-8 has like an actual like.
Net.
I shoot a net at them.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
You totally have that. So mark it off.
I shoot
And
a
then-
net at it
Roll 3d6.
because we want to talk to it. To see if
Yeah,
Very-
we're berries.
All right.
Hey! It lands on it. It captures it. It's still biting your arm.
So your arm is in the net too.
Yeah. But it is your turn. Do you want to try to get away?
Awesome.
Evade. Use your acrobatic.
Yeah, use your acrobatic. You're really good at getting away.
Yes,
So roll
yes.
roll 3d6 for me.
They're asking about the Kickstarter if it's closed now.
It is, but pretty soon we're going to have a backer kit up where people can pre-order. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can still pre-order.
And you
even
did
if
say that you'll have PDFs as well as books.
Yes, and if you want to go to DriveThruRPG when the PDF hits public, because we put everything out to our backers before we do public
Right.
release, but it literally probably the same day that everyone gets their PDF, we will then make it available on DriveThru. So if you want to be able to purchase PDFs, or if you want
It's gonna be
to
available.
do a print on demand.
I can
Or
see me
print on
like,
demand.
no,
And there's
back,
still going to be
back.
another backer.
He's a bad
Kit for
Kit.
like
Toys
if you want to like do some sort of pre-order.
So there will be another backer
Yeah.
kit.
So, and that will be on Kickstarter, the backer kit.
There'll be links to it, and I'll post updates. So if you want to go to Kickstarter and follow the Kickstarter page, there will be updates, and I will post all those links there.
And we will also post those on
Yeah.
Girls Game
Girls
too.
Game too.
So sorry about that quick interruption.
No worries.
And I just
Okay,
wanted to get
so-
that out when I saw that
So yeah,
that question.
I succeeded.
Yes.
So as the net is like coming for us, I'm like throwing the gnome into it and back flipping out of the way.
Fantastic. Now, do you want to try to like heal your not on hand? Because you could do that as your other action if you wanted.
I am more concerned about
With
the
the hand
peanut
of peanut
butter.
butter.
So
Okay. So
That's
yeah, you
slow
can
as
do
her
that
net
too.
moves.
You're gonna fling the peanut butter at it. See if you can.
So roll
disable it?
2d6 if you want to like get the
Yeah.
peanut butter off yourself.
I'm trying to think of how I can do that.
You can wipe it on the wall.
There we go. There's got to be something nearby. I'll grab one of the rats.
A towel in the laundry.
towel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you clean off your hand. You're totally fine. You're not going to be poisoned by it or anything like that.
Very good.
And you're not going to infect Billy with
You're not
the
gonna poison
evilness
Billy.
of the.
Yeah.
Because BB-8 won't tolerate that.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because BB-8 is hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Okay, so the last red cap is captured. And it's like... And it's trying to gnaw on the net. But since it's a BB-8 net, it can't, like, break through it. Although it is putting off sparks. as it bites the metallic net, it's like sparking, like its teeth are metal things.
Creepy.
Yeah, and its jaw is just huge. So what are you guys
Can
gonna
you
do?
talk to it?
I'm gonna try. But is there still like some weird green glow from the other
The
side?
door, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like a roaring, like, you know, kind of like the furnace, but
All right, I'm gonna try and talk to this thing, but somebody should go look and see what's back there.
okay. So who wants to look?
I do have the basement delver, so I'm less fearful.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Eunice, or one of you. How about you look?
All right.
You don't need to. You don't need to roll. BB-8 rolls up to the door and looks through, and you see.
Here's the door.
Yeah, exactly. Something I'm going to tell you about in just a second.
The suspense.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, you! Stop chewing on that for a second and talk to me.
What are you doing working with these plushes?
Look, sometimes you gotta go undercover. All right. So
give me a roll. 3d6.
Is it gonna work?
Don't I get an advantage if I'm trying to
Yeah.
pass as an evil monster?
3d6, yeah.
Oh, 3d6.
Instead of 2d6, yeah.
4. No.
Whatever. You attacked me, my friends. So I know you're not working with us. You're not one of us. Never seen you before.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Get a little closer. You
No,
smell tasty.
I think I'll stay right here with you within whip range and me outside of teeth range.
It's like an ice cream cone.
So why are you here?
We're here for the great summoning.
I don't like the sound of that. I mean, the Dreamland's pretty great. You should probably have just stayed there. I mean,
No, because here we can bring her across.
Her? Who?
Mary.
The gerbil?
Mary.
Bloody?
Oh.
Bloody Mary.
Oh.
The way he says that, you know it's Bloody Mary.
Oh. No,
Bloody Mary.
No. That is a very, very bad idea.
I think Bloody Mary sounds like a fine idea, and you should shut your mouth.
That's not the kind of...
No,
no.
Bloody Mary.
No.
Bloody Mary is one of the nightmares.
No, Bloody Mary.
She's a very powerful, dark, and evil nightmare.
Bloody Mary.
Vodka?
No.
No, you don't know.
As in the thing that comes through mirrors.
Not the one that comes through
and
mirrors,
stabs
you
and
know?
kills children and eats
No,
them.
Bloody Marys.
No. In the bathroom, he'll be there like Bloody Mary will be able to get us.
That
and
scary
get
one.
Billy.
That scary one. Not the one
Fair
that not the one that the parents drink.
I mean, unless you want to smash the glass.
Can I, like... Basically, what I want to do is, like, thanks for the info, dork. And then just, like, either kill him with my tail or, like, start dragging the net over to throw him into the
furnace?
Yeah.
As BB-8 like opens the door to the furnace again.
Yeah. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no! And you throw him in the furnace, slam the door shut, and
Yes.
again the furnace goes
Yes.
And belches.
and belches.
Yes.
Yes.
But
It's
in
like
an
a
evil,
Nightmare on
menacing
Elm
way.
Street.
Yeah, the furnace
As the
belches.
fire's reflected off of the eye. Yes.
Take a dark side point.
Thank
No.
you. Woohoo!
So you look through the door, and right as you close the furnace, you turn to the door and you look in, and you see this room that is glowing. It's set in this lurid green glow, and on the far side of the wall is this old mirror, and it's cracked in the corner. There's spiderweb veins of cracks going through it, and the top of it is like hung some sort of like dark banners of some sort, and on either side of it appear to be the furnace, but like glowing with green fire, and the flames are coming down out of tubes, and there's at the base of the mirror is like an altar almost, and there's a whole group of like red caps like working, and some are coming in and out, and they're preparing this peanut butter and type substance at these tables, And
What
you
is
see...
that, BB-8? What's Dagobah?
Yeah.
BB-8 says it's Dagobah, guys.
That's fantastic. And in the corner, in the back corner, there is a cage. And you see Barry lying down in the back corner of the cage.
We found Barry! We found Barry!
And you see there are doors on the far side on either side of the mirror as well. So some red caps are coming in and out. They're working. It looks like they're preparing some sort of sacrifice or something.
I don't know how we're going to
Maybe
get
they're going to sacrifice Barry on this altar and cover the mirror with his blood.
Where's 3PO when we need him?
Right?
And it looks like maybe the furnace is involved somehow. So, just to let you know. So, yeah. So maybe throwing the red caps in the furnace didn't help the furnace. Or it helped the furnace. So.
Right. Sure.
All I know, guys, I'm not trying to be nice this time to them.
So do you guys want to, like, one of you sneak in and, like, get the Barry out? Or do you guys want to go in full throttle and attack?
We're
There's,
tiny,
like,
we're small.
10 or 12.
I think we should sneak in and sneak them out.
Look, I think it's going to need a distraction. So
I'll distract.
I got a distraction.
Right.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah?
So the small team small.
Team small.
Team small. We'll
SMOL.
go try to get Barry. We'll try to go get Barry. While team large and in charge will do...
Large and in charge.
Okay. Will be the distraction. So the three of you...
I can try and find tools.
Well, you have tools in your backpack.
Galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, of course.
So I
but
get
you
the
have...
bonus.
Yeah. Because you're in the Dreamlands.
Mm-hmm.
And you have stuff in your backpack inside of you as well. So the three of you, what are your distractions? What was your?
So earlier we said that there are some water pipes that are running through the walls and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And that's still going.
Yeah, and in fact, this room, even though it's in the Dreamlands, it's kind of like a transition zone.
Yeah.
So like the walls are still like the basement walls. But, like, the pipes don't look like normal pipes. They look like ancient lead pipes or something.
Great. Nice and fragile.
Yes.
I want to try and pull one down and aim it at the furnace.
Oh, okay.
Try to
the actual furnace or in the two green burning furnaces in the Dreamlands? In the corners.
Is there a Santa hat over there?
Yeah.
Do I know whether the Dreamlands is like an echo, if I affect one in one world, or is these two separate worlds?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna, I guess, in the Dreamlands, I'm gonna aim a water pipe at one of the furnaces, try and at least steam up the place.
Fantastic. What about the two of you? Are you just gonna run in and attack random red caps,
So
or?
I'm gonna take that hat from that red cap and I'm gonna put it over my horn and pretend to be a red cap.
Red cap. Hello, fellow red caps. This is like the Steve Buscemi. Hello,
yeah. Hello, fellow students.
Hello, fellow red caps.
What are we doing? And then what?
I'm here to join these sacrificial rites.
I'm here to join the sacrificial rites.
My first sacrifice. I don't know where I'm going.
I'm not sure what's happening. This is my first sacrifice.
Okay, so because
and
you have the cap,
I'm gonna try to spuddle up the sacrifice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Just kind of make a nuisance of yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I'm gonna flip my butt into the wrong places.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Normally you wouldn't be able to do this because clearly you're a Nighty Knight, but you have the red cap for your disguise, and they're all very busy. So I'm gonna let you roll. Let's roll 2d6 to see if you confuse.
Okay.
And even if you don't, like... Oh, but you do!
She does
6 and a
have
5.
knowledge.
Wow.
She does have knowledge.
Oh, that is true, yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, you totally just are like, hello, fellow red caps, and they're all like, what? Okay, and they're like
I'm
trying
the
to find
giant
where you're
red
supposed
cap.
to go, and they're like, yeah, and they're like moving around, and,
You're the
and you
holy.
I'm the holy red cap.
and everyone is just like, kind of like, it's taking them a lot longer to get stuff done now that you're like in the way. And they're like, oh, excuse me.
Like,
Let me...
oh, did I do that?
Yeah, exactly, knocking stuff over.
You needed this?
Oh, oops.
And they're getting a little perturbed, but You're a red cap, you know.
Yeah,
it's,
I'm
you
the
know.
red cap.
So,
I'm gonna try and stick in the background and like roll around in the back and help out
Whoop.
Tinker.
Don't lose
Okay.
my red cap.
okay.
So if there's anything Tinker needs, I have my backpack. I have the extra perception.
That's fantastic. So, the two of you could actually use BB-8 to climb on top of and then reach up to the pipes.
Okay. All right.
And let's have you roll sneak, and then BB-8. If you want, you could have like a hammer like in your backpack, so you wouldn't even need to roll. You just be like, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's like.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So let's see you sneak up and get up to the pipes without the red caps noticing. Who are distracted. So
Because I'm a red
That's
cap.
I was gonna say roll a 3d6. Yeah. Yes. They don't notice that because of the giant red cap.
There's a monkey up there.
There's a large red cap like distracting them all
I'm a
day.
red cap.
That's what you're just saying. I'm a red cap.
Like over and over, and they're like, "Yes, we know. We're all red caps.
But I'm a red cap.
Can you move? Red cap, move!" So, all right, team small.
Yeah.
Both of you roll sneak
I'm a
to
red
sneak
cap.
over to Barry's place. So both of you roll 3d6.
I'm a big fat red cap.
Yes, I got 6.
All right, rolling.
It's a glandular problem.
What are glands?
Yes, we both got 6.
So you both sneak over to Barry's cage.
Did I do that?
You knock over the altar. They're all looking over at the altar while
Barry
the two of
rolled
you are.
over.
Oh,
Yeah.
now it's my red cat.
So the two of you are right by Barry's cage, and Barry is awake, but it looks like he's just kind of laying down in the corner. What are you guys gonna do?
Barry.
Whoa.
And then Inky's gonna slap him with a hand with a.
I'm a red cap.
What was that?
Inky's gonna slap Barry with a tentacle.
Hey, wait! I'm awake. Come
on.
Hey,
Come on.
Roland, Inky.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Well,
We're trying to get you out of here.
unlock the cage.
All right.
I'm a red cap.
In the background,
Invertebrate skill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
invertebrate.
Yep.
you can actually invertebrate into the lock
Yep.
and unlock the lock. So
Yep.
go ahead and roll a 3d6 for me.
Do it.
No.
Oh, you
I'm
get
a
stuck.
red cap.
You get stuck in the cage.
You were distracted by the red cap dancing.
Yeah, you were like, what? What? Yes, of course you're right. What?
No.
Wait.
You bumped the cage and.
Yeah. Oh.
I bumped the cage with my red cap.
And at that moment, you break the water pipe. I'm not going to make you roll because BB-8 has the tool, and it goes flaring, or it goes pouring into the left green furnace, and it explodes with just this like cloud of steam that covers the whole room, and everyone starts screaming and shouting.
Now I'm a red cap.
Everybody who has eyes. Fortunately, I'm mechanical.
I'll try my luck and try and get.
Now I'm a hot wet red
Yes.
cap.
Your tail, yeah. Like put your
Use
tail
her as
there.
a tool.
Yeah,
To make
try
me a
to,
key.
Yeah, you're like turning Inky, and Inky's like, no, wait, hold on.
so 2.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm a hot red cap.
Ah,
And he's
you're still
like,
stuck.
As BB-8 pulls
Now I'm
out.
a hot,
a
wet, horny
skeleton
red
key.
cap.
Okay, what did you rolled a 1 and 4? Okay, so yeah, the two of you can like come rolling over. The red caps still haven't noticed you guys. And mark down again another item, and you pull out a skeleton key.
Where is it?
Fortunately,
Hot and steamy in
you
here.
pulled Inky out, and Inky fell on top of you, and the two of you are on Roland. You fell on top of Roland. And BB-8's like, do I have to do everything? Puts the skeleton key in the lock and pops it open. And
I'm a red cap.
now all of 4 of you, who were not the red cap,
Stop now, they can't see us.
I want all 4 of you to roll stealth with advantage, because it's all steamy in here, to sneak out of the room.
I'm hot and steamy, and I'm
Okay.
a red cap.
You're bad at this sneaking thing.
There you go.
Well, I sneak.
Okay.
1-6. I sneak. Sneak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So the three of you and Barry make it to the door, and just as you're about to go out the door, Roland is like is at the back of the group, like kind of making sure everyone's sneaky, and then something steps on your tail. And Barry is like out the door, and you turn around, and there's a group of.
Did I do that?
There's a group of red caps, and one of them has put his foot on Roland's tail.
Whoops.
It wasn't you.
Oh yeah.
You're over in the back, and the room is like kind of started clearing out.
Yeah.
And then you turn around, and you see that there's these 6 red caps that have grouped by the door, and the rest of the red caps are gone. You're like, I'm a red cap.
I'm a
Is
red.
he the stormtrooper who hit his head on the low-hanging door?
Yes.
No. But his tail was stepped on, so he's fallen over, and the red caps just circled around him.
I'm a red. Hey, yo.
Come on.
Cap.
Scoop them up in your cap as you try and.
Yeah, you could charge ahead and attack them. Knock them over. If you want, you can like charge and like bowl them over if you want.
Oh, I think that's a good plan.
Yeah. Okay,
All right.
so go ahead. Give me a roll.
Is that 3?
Yes, that will be 3.
6, 5, 2.
Fantastic.
Woo!
You hit the semicircle of red caps.
I'm not a red cap.
I'm not a red cap. And they all look, you're like, what? And then they just go flying like bowling pins. And you go by and you scoop up Roland and you're not a red cap and roll out the door. And all 5 of you are out the door now. And you hear this shouting and yelling of the red caps. And the furnace door swings open. And a pair of eyes glow from the furnace. And flames come out. And the furnace itself seems to be trying to like reach out at all of you with its flames. But it can't quite reach you because it's nailed to the floor. And it's just, it's very angry.
I'm not a red cap.
And what do you guys want to do?
Well, we're gonna fly down the trench and shoot a torpedo
At the furnace? You could grab the red cap that Roland has tumbled out of and throw it into the furnace and slam it in.
Back.
If you want to do that.
Yeah, because with Inky's extended arms, Inky's gonna like
Lasso it.
lasso it and like
throw it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm not actually going to make any of you guys roll. And you just do that and slam the door of the furnace shut.
Yes.
And then the furnace roars in impotent rage. And you make your way upstairs very slowly into the main kitchen. And Barry's like, thanks, I got it from here. And he scurries off.
As Benji's cowering in the corner.
Careful of the rats.
Well, as you guys are starting to make your way toward the stairs, a light turns on upstairs in the stairwell. And you see a very sleepy person in pajamas. And it's Dad. And he's got like a baseball bat. And he's like looking around.
Quick,
he's
drop.
very tired. And he comes downstairs. And you see Benji at the top of the stairs, kind of like sticking his head through the
banister.
The banister. Thank you.
Yeah.
And looking like, and the dad's like coming down the stairs and looking around, and you're all laying down on the stairs, and he's like, "Did Benji get all these toys out of the bedroom?" And then he walks over to the basement because he sees the lights on. He looks in the basement and he says, "That's a little hot." And he turns off the light in the basement, closes the door, turns the thermostat down because it's clearly too hot for Dad. And then he goes and picks all of you up and walks back up the stairs, takes you into Billy's room, puts you up on the bed next to Billy, and then quietly walks out the door and shuts the door. You guys are in Billy's room. And you see Barry has climbed back into the gerbil habitat.
And is extolling the tale.
Yes, he's telling them all.
The great tale.
And you're back in bed. And everything is all fine.
Yay!
Awesome.
So that's Nighty Knights.
That was awesome.
Thanks.
And that was Nighty Knights.
You guys were fantastic as well. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you to Ben for DMing his new game, and Richard, Katie, what we're calling?
Lizzie.
And Daryl for joining us today, as well as our Nighty Knights.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Still available. Kickstarter was funded, but there is going to be a late backer.
Pre-order.
Pre-order.
Yes.
So go click on the link on the event.
Yeah, we will have links, I promise.
As soon as it's up.
Yes, as soon as it's up, we will have links on Girlzgametoo. And thank you so much for joining us. Next week we will have
Betrayal Legacy Chapter 2.
And on Wednesday we are going to have a special for my 50th birthday.
That's why Heidi has a hat.
Yes.
He had a hat.
And we're going to play a game of Scythe. So that's going to be fun. I'm very excited. And so we will see you Wednesday, and then we will see you next Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Y'all come back now. You hear? Mwah.
Happy beeps.